So welcome everyone to the Star of the Mist, a one-shot adventure for the One Ring Second Edition from Foundry VTT. We've got a cast of characters with us tonight that are going to embark on this wonderful mission. And we start our adventure in the village of Bree. And let me see, where is it? We're going to go right here. So we're in the village of Bree, and we're at the Prancing Pony. In fact, I've got some tavern music. I can get that up here for us. Maybe. Oh, maybe I don't have tavern music. Okay, well, we'll do get the music back up. We're in the village of Bree. We're having a pint at the Prancing Pony. This adventure takes place between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, maybe 40 years after The Hobbit, and 15 years after the events of The Hobbit. And while we're in the village of Bree, there are many folk talking hurriedly about nearby events. And you hear an older, aged gentleman saying, there's an ancient tower in the easternmost foothills of the southern arid Luine, what remains of a powerful castle from the time of the kings. Wanderers speak of an eerie blue light that sometimes can be seen even from Sarn Ford, like a star shining above the river mists. No one goes there, and recently folk have started to disappear in the vicinity. And you see a few people nodding their head and drinking into their cups, thinking about this fell news. And none of you have heard of this. You're in Bree now, just starting out on your career as travelers, journeyers, and hearing this strikes some sense of disorder into you. You know, this does not sound like something good for these lands. Now, I'm going to take us to a map, show us where we are. So right now we're in the village of Bree, and the Sarn Ford is a river just down here past the Barrow Downs. So it's not far from here. You know, maybe a couple of days travel, or it's more than a couple of days, maybe 4 or 5 days travel from Bree to Sarn Ford, just on the southern edge of the Shire. But it sounds like this strange light has been attracting folk, and then those folk, bad things are happening. People are disappearing from that vicinity. Now, I'm going to have our ranger, Malvagil. You're going to be the first one to make a roll for us. I'm going to have you make a lore roll for us, if you would, to see what you know of Sarn Ford.
Lore, my only weakness.
Yeah, that's not great. Not great. You've not heard of any of these comings and goings, and the ranger, especially in this area during this time, they tend to pay a close watch on the Shire and things going on in here. But this is not anything that you've heard of. Now, you perhaps have heard of bandits. They're not uncommon. Road agents are often seen out and about. But this is the first time that you're really hearing of this for a certainty. Before it was just rumors, but now, you know, folk are talking about these things happening.
Amelina actually has folklore.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Is it possible she's heard stories or something that might help
Absolutely.
Malvagil with this?
So give me a roll on this. This is going to be another lore roll, but you're going to add a bonus die to that.
Okay.
So in that second screen at the very bottom, it has the 0. Do the first 6-sided die to the right of that.
Bonus die to the right of it. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Nope.
Terrible.
No.
Terrible.
Yeah, I like getting the bedrolls out of the way.
Yeah, do it all now. So, you've not heard of what's going on in there, but it definitely sounds like there's trouble.
Can we try like hunt for rumors or something to that extent?
Absolutely. Drogo, what would you do upon hearing these things?
there's a mystery here, perhaps a riddle.
Give me a riddle roll, Drogo.
That. Let's see here.
Oh, a great success. So not only did you succeed, but you also got a 6, which gives you like an extra level of success. So, Drogo, you're piecing together information that you've maybe heard of, and you know that a long time ago there was a fortress built at the time of the North Kingdom of Arnor. It was built atop an old dwarven ruin. It was besieged during the time of war with Angmar, and it fell after a long resistance. Some say that the treasonous dwarves there betrayed the Dunedain, allowing the forces of the Witch King to enter the castle by secret ways. This was something that you thought, very, very little of at the time that you read it, but now you're thinking, this is in the same area, and now these strange lights are popping up. I wonder if there's a correlation there. And Malvagil.
Very well. Should I share this with?
Yeah, you share it with everyone.
Oh, so I, being from the Shire, Starport, it's close, but far enough away where it's serious and legendary. Similar to what Dylan is saying. I haven't thought too much of it. Seems to be he's added some credence to these tales.
Now the question is, Malvagil, as you mentioned, going around and maybe asking for information on this. The question is, is this firsthand knowledge or is this just rumors? And Malvagil, you don't even need to make a roll for this. Talking to some of the folk there, you discover that bandits have been indeed spotted at the area. And one of these fellows here mentions how he just narrowly escaped from a bandit ambush. There was a log laying across the road along the greenway, and he managed to skirt the greenway, and he saw folk hiding in the brush, and they threw stones at him as he galloped off on his horse heading north towards Bree. And so there are definitely bandits out there, and perhaps they think this light is a beacon to attract folk to this place where then the bandits set upon them.
Well, maybe they are trying to make the light somehow spooky and magical so nobody goes looking for them there if that's their hideout. But if it's a lure, definitely we should go and be lured in. That sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like adventure for sure. How does Blaine feel about all this?
Oh, Blaine is eager to explore the ruins.
And Amelina, how about yourself?
I'm always up to learn new stories and go to new places.
And Lothariel?
I'm a bit weary about what's going on. I've been listening to what everybody else has said, and I want to do a lore check of my own, if that's all right.
Absolutely. Oh, great success. Excellent. What Drogo tells you, you can confirm that there was indeed an old dwarven subterranean ruin there and an old tower from the time of the kings of men, the second age of these lands, 1,000 years ago. And this place was ruined long ago, much like the ruins of Weathertop and other structures built in that age. But you've not heard of any strange lights or anything. This tale of bandits definitely sounds plausible, though. But could there be more? You don't know. This story that Drogo tells does have a ring of truth to it, as far as your knowledge goes.
All right, so I'm still really wary about the situation. I'm not sure. I think I want to proceed ahead, but I don't have the enthusiasm
Yeah.
that some of the others do.
So you might go more cautiously.
Yes.
Well, let's.
I know what our incentive is to move, other than curiosity.
Malvegil needs to clear out. If there is a shadow somewhere around Arnor or Shire, he should probably clear it to protect the land.
Yeah, I think
And
for Malvagil for sure.
It's also not impossible. It's the actual place is well befouled by orcs or whatever other dark creatures, and we should try to restore its beauty.
Absolutely. I think that's something that Malvagil would certainly feel a compulsion if there was darkness here to remove it. Let's do a journey. So there are several mini games in the One Ring. Journeys and councils are two examples. We're going to do one of those, which is called a journey. We need to plot our path from here to there, and the map we're looking at now is the player's map. I have a GM map that has hexes and certain things, hazards that you don't see, but that I will know if that's the course that you want to take. I'm going to just draw a couple of example stretches of passage for us. So we could go from Bree, we could take the Greenway down and then go over to Sarnford. We could also take the Greenway down and then take a more direct route once we get past the Barrow Downs. We could also go straight through the Barrow Downs to Sarnford, would be a little faster. Any preference on path?
Personally, I was
think-
contemplating if it's like Southern Blue Mountains, if it wouldn't be wiser to just go west through Michael Delving all the way to Grey Havens. Like, we don't know exactly where in Southern Blue Mountains should it be, do we?
Well, they mentioned Sarnford. And,
they did. Oh,
yep,
sorry,
they
my
did.
bad.
So you do see Sarnford down there, the crossing of the river.
Yeah, I would definitely not go through Barrow Downs if not
Yes,
not necessary.
avoid there.
I say we take the road. The road's there for a reason.
Now, do you want to take the road down all the way down to where it meets the what's it called, the north-south road that then heads towards the Shire? So essentially coming down the first path that I drew down to this point and then cutting across, or do you want to cut down and then once you pass the Barrow Downs go straight into Sarnford?
I say the road all the way.
The road all the way. Anyone object to that?
The only caution is we might be able to avoid bandits.
Yeah, that is something that I don't really want to run into bandit ambush, and I assume they would be patrolling the road exactly.
Well, aren't we looking for him? What better way to meet him?
Actually,
I think-
is there any chance of detecting, like, if asking around in Bree to detect how many bandits are there? Like,
Yeah.
if it's like less than 10, then we can take them, but if it's like 50 of them, I really want to avoid them.
Absolutely, and I think that's going to be an insight roll as you're asking people, trying to get that. I will also let you make a travel roll as you're speaking to people that have traveled through there, either insight or travel.
Anyone good at those rolls? Because I am not.
Can do the insight roll.
I'm good at insight. Sorry, just back. My internet dropped out.
Would you like to make the roll?
Sure.
Oh, well done. With a great success. You're trying to ascertain maybe how many bandits? The most that anyone has seen, which was that fellow that saw them in the brush, he said there were 6. Now, looking at him with your great success, you're weighing like, is this a fishing tale? Is the number getting larger with every telling? But as he's describing where they were laid out in the brush, you think there were at least 4 and possibly more. So anywhere from 4 to 7 you think is a good number, but that may just be that band that he ran into. There could be more. Talking to others, some say that there's at least a dozen, but you can't be certain for sure, but you think it's probably smaller than that, maybe between 4 and 7. So it's not a huge organization. It's just probably a bunch of bandits camped out somewhere that are waylaying solitary travelers.
Say we use road. Sounds.
Yeah. Then
Use
road
the
is
road?
probably fine.
Okay.
Still
My
keep your
friends,
eyes- Keep your
I
eyes
think we should
peeled.
take caution, my friends. I do not believe that the road the entire way would be worth it. We want to catch them off guards a bit, don't we? If we catch them on the
Right.
road, we're catching them on their terms. I'd like to catch them on my terms. So looking at the map, if we depart the road somewhere between the and the G and Greenway, if we depart the road there and head straight, I think we have a better chance of catching them on our terms than on theirs.
Why are they going to
Yes.
be wandering around in the middle of nowhere? They're looking for people on the road. And
That's-
our eyes will be open for them.
There is also a chance trying to find them by their tracks. Like if we go around the road, we can probably find where were they waiting in lane by cut down bushes or some camps by the road, and from there we could try tracking them to their hideout.
Well, we know they put fallen trees across the trail, so we could certainly look well ahead for a fallen tree and then take to the woods. Perhaps try to ambush them at their ambush.
I think all this will do will prolong the journey. So the likelihood of running into them is going to be the same. Or just longer if we take the road, and shorter if we cut it.
You are a confident fighter. Do you think you can fight bows and arrows?
Shall we vote?
I think that's the
Right,
most
sounds
democratic
good.
way. So how does Amelina vote?
I vote for the road until we see a fallen tree.
How does Blaine vote?
Aye, the road.
And Drogo?
Let's go the road.
Lothariel?
I can see when I am in the minority, and I will take the road. I will not be happy about it, but I'll do so.
Like Gandalf when he's told they're going to Moria. That's how Drogo feels. Or Lothariel feels. How about Malvagil?
Road all the way unless we find the bandits.
Okay, so you'll see this later if you watch the recording. I have just drawn our map, or drawn our path on my map that shows the way that we're going to pass. And there's hexes, and every hex equals 1 day. And so let's go to our journeys tab. Now, the way that this minigame works is we're going to select roles. R-O-L-E, role. So let me pull some tokens out, and you're going to assign yourself a position, is either the guide, the hunter, the lookout, or the scout. And we've got 5 people, so we'll be duplicating some of these. The guide will roll travel rolls. The hunter will roll hunting rolls. The lookout will do awareness rolls, and the scout will do explore rolls. So I'll let you guys organize yourself, and you can just drag your token over to this side, so I know who's who, and we will do a journey. So Blaine will scout
I'm
for
skilled
us.
in exploring.
That was aware.
Brandon, just a
Yes.
question. I've got a tick next to travel. Does that mean I'm worse or better
No,
at
that
it?
means you're better. So you will roll 2 12-sided die and take the better of the 2. So it's like built-in
Okay,
advantage.
so I would be better off.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's called
I would be
favor.
better off. Right. So I would be better off helping with guide, perhaps.
So if you, so guide would be travel. Now your travel, let's see, is one thing to look at. It also is your target number. Yes, your target number is 13. You're favored, and you have 1 skill point in it. So that might be super useful.
Okay.
Oh.
I should be a guide.
Someone is on the measurement toolbar. It's on the left-hand side. Click on the little actor token, the head and shoulders, and that will stop putting the templates on there, unless you wanted to put the big circular template on there.
So how do I move my character?
So now if you left click so you need to click on the actor token on the left-hand side, left-hand controls. You're going to see a little head and shoulders. There's also like the measuring tool. Click on the head and shoulders, and then that should let you select your token and drag it. Or once you select it, if you just do the arrow keys, will it move it?
Gonna put it in look down.
Yeah. Are you able to drag it over there? I'll tell you what, I will move you over there for now. Malvagil, did you want to be hunter? And Amelina is the guide. Okay, so the first thing that we do is the guide will roll a travel roll. If you get a success, we travel for a certain number of days. It's going to be roughly 3 hexes or 3 days, plus 1 for every 6 that you roll. And if you fail, we're going to move 2 hexes, and then we're going to have an event. And these events are typically bad, but sometimes they're good. So you want to do well on your travel roll. And if you want to spend hope on any of these rolls, you are more than welcome to. So Amelina, you are up first. Give us a travel roll.
How many times do I, like how many of these travel rolls, am I going to have to make across the journey?
So normally you will not know, but I'm going to tell you how many hexes we have to move. So we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hexes. So if you get a success,
if I start spending hope.
If you get a fail, we're going to move 2
hope.
hexes. If you get a success, you're going to move 3 hexes plus 1 for every 6 that you roll.
Extra. All right, I'm just going to roll straight and no pressure at all. That's great.
None at all. We're all dead and it's your fault.
She's very cynical about this whole journey up the street. She's like, this is just what they wanted us to do.
All right, so we go 2 hexes, and I'm going to look at my map, because if there is rough terrain, which this is rough terrain, meaning this is dark lands. This is where bad things happen. We're really close to the Barrow Downs. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose the target of this event. I'm going to roll a 6-sided die, and it is going to be the Hunter. So this will affect Malvagil. Now I'm going to roll a 12-sided die, and this is going to be on the journey event table. And this is a we're going to take the worst of these 2 die. So we're going to take a 3 ill choices. So this isn't too bad. So you're going to make a hunting roll, and if you fail, you will gain 1 point of shadow, and then everyone's going to gain 2 fatigue. Ooh. You got a success. Barely. You needed an 11. You got a 12. So now we narrate what this means. So we've been traveling for about 2 days, and Drogo has probably eaten most of the food that we brought for the week-long journey. And Malvagil knows, hey, I need to try and harvest something. And you find a small clutch of rabbits. And these aren't just normal rabbits. These are large hares. And you see some, and you're looking at them, you spot one out, and you shoot it. And when you get there, you find that it's covered in ticks, and bugs begin to come out of its ears, and looks very sickly. And you make the choice, do we eat this or do we not? And what do you choose, Malvagil? Is this edible or not?
Malvagil actually, after rolling this, realized he actually had the packet of salt to help him with hunting.
Yes, you could have used that.
Yeah, after rolling, exactly. And since he realized that, he knows that if you dry the meat with salt, you can somewhat disinfect it. So we can eat this, but not today. We will give it a few days in salt, and then it will be fine.
Fantastic. So you do not gain a point of dread. There will be 2 points of fatigue that get added on. And again, this is something for Amalina. With your honey cakes, it reduces the fatigue by 1 for every event. So when we do the math at the end of this journey, that's something that we'll want to talk about. So we move 2 hexes. So I mark it on my map where this event happened. So we are right there. I'll mark it... and you guys should be able to switch over to the player map at any point that you want to see kind of, I just put a little hash mark where that was. And then we can go back to the journey map. I'm going to have Amalina make another travel roll for us.
Okay. As she's traveling along, she's going to sort of nudge up alongside Letheriel and say, I think you are right in this. We could have taken to the woods, but I guess that's democracy.
In the long run, it won't matter much, but I prefer to have the terrain to our advantage.
Oh, that was close. You missed it by 1, Amalina. So we go 2 more hexes, and then let me check my map, and we'll see kind of where we are. Ooh, okay. Never good when I say ooh.
No, definitely not.
Don't we actually get bonus to journey events if we are on the road?
Yes.
I think there was something to that extent.
Yep, so we are just leaving the edge of the Barrow Downs. And so that's kind of what my ooh was. It was a good thing. We have there's a section on my map that in fact I'll let you peek behind the screen here. So there's a section on my map that has like red hexes with like a number 2 near the Barrow Downs. And had it happened, if we were not on the road, had we decided to cut across here, things would have been much more difficult. And so we managed to avoid that. So the orange here tells me it's in Darklands. But had we gone into the Barrow Downs here, then you immediately stop and you have 2 events back to back, and then you can travel on. So we managed to miss that. Let's go back to our journey tab. We're going to roll to see who the target is. Target is going to be the hunter again. So we're picking on Malvagil. And now we're going to roll the event. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Oh, good start.
Terrible misfortune. So, Malvagil, if you fail this roll, you will become wounded. And we also will take 3 fatigue from this. Now, because we are on the road, as mentioned, you're going to get... So if you look under where it says resolve the event, you're going to see if you're on the road, you're going to gain one dice. So when you make this hunting roll, and you can use your salt on this, I think, because again we're trying to find more food, or maybe something has happened with that rabbit. We'll kind of see what happens with the result of the roll. You can add 1 die. So when you click on hunting at the bottom, it'll have the bonus penalty die. You're going to select 1 die to the right of that.
Yeah, now I'm actually contemplating if I should put hope into that just to be super sure.
It's not a bad idea. Being wounded is terrible, because then if you take 2 wounds, you're dying.
Oh, I
think
hate
you are
this.
correct. I will put hope point die inside as well as the bonus die for the salty.
Perfect. Plus, you get a bonus die for the road as well.
Oh, so many dice.
Ooh, great success.
Got 6.
Okay. Great success. So what happens now is you take that rabbit off, and you're looking, and it looks okay. and you're checking it, and you think, you know what, you just have a bad feeling about it. You've taken a lot of game in your time. You know the party's hungry, and you hate to see this go to waste, but there's something in the back of your mind is just nagging that there's something wrong here that's not right. Do you decide to throw this out? What do you decide to do with it? You're welcome to also risk eating it if you like.
I think the Valar are trying to give me a sign by making me feel this is bad. So yeah, I will toss it despite my experience saying that this should be fine, but I think this is a sign from above, so I will toss it.
Yep, absolutely. You are content that you made the right choice. You know that this is something that you don't want to be struck ill on the road, especially in a dangerous area. I mean, we're near the Barrow Downs. There's potentially bandits all around us. You think you made the right choice, and you avoid that. Is what the wounded would have been, is like you eat this and you get sick. So thank goodness you passed that. I think it was wise to spend a little hope on that too. Let's go to Amelina. We need to continue our journey rolls.
Why did I become the guide? This is terrible. I don't want to hurt anybody else.
You're just warming up, that's all.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are not hurting anyone else, just the hunter. This is fine.
No. Could I use a hope point on this one? Because I really don't. Okay, so
and we're in kind of a bad stretch here. We're in the stretch where we're getting close to where the bandits are likely hiding.
Okay. So when I've clicked on hope point bonus die, that means it will just add it to the roll. Is that right?
Now,
or do you
another
want me to go one to the right?
No, so you click on the hope point bonus die, that will add one. Now you also have, if we look at your distinctive features, you have stern, tall, furious, folklore. Do you think like stern or tall would help you as you're leading the party traveling?
Being very tall, I might be able to see the path a little bit better.
Yeah, so on that second screen, when you spend hope, it should pull up a little thing that says inspired. Click on that. That's going to give you an extra die.
Question real quick. I have, under cultural blessing, I have elven skill.
Yes.
Is that some kind of woodsmanship? Is that
what you can do with elven skill? If you scroll down to your distinctive features just below your skills, I should have elven skill listed there, and then you can click on it. It'll give you a description. I'll post it in the chat for everyone to see, because you have something very unique. So if you're not miserable, you can spend a point of hope to achieve a magical success when you roll a skill in which you have at least one rank. A magical success means it automatically succeeds. It's like Gandalf lighting up his staff or something. It will automatically succeed, but people around you will know, hey, something weird, unnatural just happened. So if you ever need to make a roll, like life or death, make a magical success. So
now, what about in order to help our leader with the best rolls possible, is there a way to use my elven skill or maybe my stealth as a way to kind of make sure she's picking the best path and that kind of thing?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a stealth roll, and if you're successful, you will give another bonus die to Amelina. If you fail, you're going to give her a penalty die.
Oof.
You're pretty good at stealth.
Sorry in advance, Amelina.
Yes, so you can take another bonus die, Amelina. And Lothariel, how are you? How is your stealthiness? How is that helping our guide?
As a scout, I am not staying consistently with the main group, so I'll go off ahead and move around, and being stealthy, I spend a lot of time off the path, looking at what might be coming along the path.
Yeah.
Or, looking for any kinds of signs there. And I can use that to advise the leader, like, hey, there's signs of large animals, or there's signs of bandits, or there's, I'm trying to look out off the road as much as possible to see what might enter the road.
Excellent. The thing that you notice most of all is there is almost no travel on this road. You've not encountered another person. Normally you would expect there to be people coming and going, but you've seen no one, and that's kind of out of the ordinary. Amelina, give me your travel roll. Oh, so you got a Gandalf rune. That is an auto success. So it doesn't matter what else you rolled, you automatically succeed. You didn't get any sixes,
Huzzah!
so we just go 3 more hexes. So I'm going to look at my map and count hexes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we make the... we reach the crossroads and begin to head towards Sarn Ford. So on our journey map... let me activate it and I'll show you where we are. We are right here where this next event happens. Let me take us back to our page here. Let me see who the target is.
It's the hunter, isn't it?
Oh, it is. My goodness. My goodness. And this time we're out of the Darklands, so this is going to be just a straight roll. We take the 5. Okay. So 5, this is going to be a mishap. So if you fail, this adds an extra day to the journey, and then the hunter will gain additional fatigue. So you caught this rabbit, you took it out, you salted it, prepared it, you decided to throw it out. We're getting hungry. This is going to be what gains the additional fatigue, is you're really pushing yourself to try and get game. And you come across a wild turkey living, there in the brush. You see a male and a couple of hens out there, and if you can get this, it'll be a fine meal. And so you're going to take careful aim. Go ahead and give me that hunting roll to harvest that turkey.
Can I claim being a better bow shot with the salt?
So the salt will more help you with preparing it. I'm going to allow it because if you succeed, that means not only did you hit it, but you also, you plucked it and dressed it and got it ready. So I will allow the salt for that.
God damn.
Excellent. Extraordinary success. So 2 6s
Wow.
on top of that. So yeah, you finally get this meal, and that night you've got roast turkey for everyone. So wonderful. Well done. Yeah, best dinner ever. Dinner on the road is just so much better than anything else. Now, during this time, I'm going to have our lookout, Drogo. I'm going to have you give me an awareness roll, because we are near where a lot of these folks said that the bandits have been. Give me that awareness roll as camp is being set up.
Put that turkey down, Drogo. Do your job.
All right, Drogo, your hobbit sense is going off. You can't help but shake this feeling that you're being watched. And again, you've not seen anyone traveling the road, but something just doesn't feel right. Do you mention this to anyone, or do you not want to cause any panic or alarm, thinking maybe it's just your own paranoia? What would Drogo do?
See, I think I want to mention it to the group. Right? I'd like to get a little bit more insight onto what could be caused. A little bit more information before we make everybody panic.
So, our 2
I'll
scouts.
think about this a little bit.
Yeah, so you don't want people to panic, but you don't want this to go unnoticed. Our 2 scouts, maybe it's your turn to go out and see what you can find. Follow up on Drogo's worries here. So I'm going to have both of our scouts, both of you are going to make an explore roll. Maybe one takes one side of the road, one takes the other, and you beat the brush, looking to see what might be there. All right.
Good.
Blaine with a success. And Lothariel with a failure. So, Blaine, you come across...
Yes.
As you're heading out, you come across... It looks like an old campsite. You see a small bed of ash and some a stone ring around it. There's a few gnawed bones laying near this little ring. It looks like someone has used this for a little makeshift campsite. It's not a large clearing. Probably not more than like 2 or 3 people have been here. With your success, not only do you find it, but there's the smell of burnt wood is still in the air, and if you hold your hand over the ashes, there's still a little residual heat there.
I'll call over the group and share my finding with them.
Does everyone go following Blaine?
Yeah, this is most interesting.
Perfect. So Lothariel...
Looks like a small group stayed here. Hard to tell if it's the bandits or not.
Well, Lothariel is on the other side of the road, and as you turn to leave, give me a scan roll. Scan is like really paying attention. Awareness is just kind of a broad sense. Scan is looking specifically at something.
Man, I suck.
Your time will come. So you leave the road and head over there into this campsite. While you're all over there looking about, you can tell this has been used recently. In fact, our ranger, you probably, without even a roll, you know that this is less than a day old. With the amount of heat in there, probably 12 hours or so. And so this is, whoever this is likely nearby, within at least a couple miles, if not very close. Around you there are pine trees and scrub brush and a few other leafy trees. Plenty of cover for anyone that wanted to hide in here.
This could be our people. Like, I assume, like, from the small group, it could correspond to the number of bandits we have been giving, like from somewhere between 5 and 10, or maybe less. Between 4 and 7 was, I think, mentioned. So this could be our group.
And they didn't just leave, right? Because it's too far out for the fire. So it might have been their campfire last night. So it's not like they've known we were coming and they've just disappeared into the brush.
It could be that they'll be back.
Yeah.
It's quite possible
Can
they
we
saw
do
us.
A quick
Can
search
we-
of the area, maybe just stealthily.
Yeah, that would be an explore roll, and you can all make that if you all split up, or if you stay in groups. I'll have one person from each group do it. How do you
Can
want
I
to do
claim hunting to try and find tracks?
Yes, absolutely. Now your salt
Alright, I
wouldn't
will
help
help
you with
with
that,
that.
but you could do hunting.
I will help with that. I'm pretty good at hunting too.
Perfect. So do the two of you go together?
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of sight of the others though. I'd be
Okay.
just looking to see if we can find a place where the footprints like all head out and don't come back.
Let's do that roll first. So one of you can make a hunting roll, and then you can get a bonus die because the other person is helping.
Yeah, go for it, Tina.
You sure? Okay.
I mean, your dice have to turn around. This is the time.
The worst
Not
she can do is
necessarily.
fail and kill us all. That's the worst she can do. Oh, and I have
Nice.
Sauron. Okay.
Excuse me for jinxing there. Thank you.
So you do see tracks for a short distance, but they don't really go much of anywhere. They kind of go in a circle, like, they've probably used this campsite many times, and you're struggling to tell what's new, what's old. But then when it gets out towards the road is so hard packed you don't see any tracks.
Okay.
What is
Are there any
yes?
clues at the campsite?
Sorry, any what at the campsite?
Clues?
Clues. Yeah, give me a scan roll.
Or riddle or scan?
Let's do riddle. I like riddle. So riddle is a skill that's kind of, it's not just like the riddles, like Frodo or Bilbo and Gollum tell each other, but it's trying to piece together clues. So I think a riddle roll here would be good. And another Eye of Sauron. So one thing I forgot to do. I need to do it twice now. There is another feature in the game called the Eye Awareness, and the Eye Awareness is I'm going to hit it now. It's going to make kind of a loud noise, and we're going to do it again. Anytime you roll an Eye of Sauron not in combat, the Eye Awareness goes up, and this just represents like your actions, how the forces of shadow are taking notice of that. And if you reach the hunt threshold, then something bad happens. It almost never reaches that point, but we're just going to track it just in case. And then if this was a campaign, every session you would reduce that back down to 2. So you always start with 2 at the start of every session. So yeah, as you're trying to piece this together, you can't really make heads or tails. What is Blaine doing?
Since he explored as a scout and found this site, he's going to now scan and see if he can figure out tracks or clues as to how this fits into the robbers' movements.
Excellent. Go ahead and make a roll. Great success. So you got a success plus a 6. So you notice that you find at first it's not tracks, but what it is, it's a few broken branches. So they have moved through here, or something has moved through here, but then you start to see marks in the ground. And it didn't start out as footprints. It looks like maybe like the wheels of a cart or something was dragged through here. 2 ruts spaced out about the width of a cart. And then you see a few signs of the heels of boots. And it looks like someone has brushed this with some branches, trying to loosen up those tracks so that they couldn't be followed. But with your great success, you spot it. And you're like, oh, sure enough, they've gone this way. They've tried to hide their tracks. It's headed directly towards Sarn Ford.
Ah, look what I found here. It seems we're on the right trail.
Do we follow that trail and try to catch them, or do we just continue along the road?
Are both the same
I say
thing?
we follow the trail. Catch them unaware.
They would most likely, you could imagine, not be expecting someone to follow their trail. They're probably expecting someone to travel the road, so you may get the element of surprise.
Well, that's what I advised in the first place, so I'm very happy to do that.
As you begin to track this, you follow for several hours. And let me have our lookout, Drogo, give me an awareness roll.
One hope here as well.
Okay.
Inspired.
It's kind of a big one. Oh, another Eye of Sauron. I'm going to increase the Eye awareness. Maybe we will hit the hunt threshold. So
exciting.
What happens? You're following this, and you're focused on this path, and you don't notice there's movement in the brush up ahead. It's a shadow that seems to flit through the brush, and you get closer and closer, and then you hear a voice say, "That's far enough." What would Drogo do?
Who goes there? Well, Drogo, the skills and courtesy.
Uh-huh.
Try to talk as well.
Yeah. What would you say?
Oh, there. Sorry to bother you. See you out here, middle of nowhere.
Give me that courtesy roll.
Ooh. That's a 6.
Nice. You don't see the figure, but you hear a voice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So there goes a little flower there. Yeah, so not threatening.
You hear a voice say, "You can leave with your life. We just want what's coming to us. Leave your belongings there at your feet. Step away, young master."
I've got a sword here that I'd like to share with you, if you'd like to come and grab it.
You've got arrows trained upon all of you. If you want to get out of this alive with your necks, you'll put your goods down and you'll walk away.
I knew it. It
Does
said
the rest
that
of
it's
us?
hard to
Does
fight
the rest
arrows.
of us hear this?
Yeah, you
Or
can you
is-
can
Are we all
hear.
actually being gamed?
I think as we're all kind of following these tracks, I think you would all hear this. So the lookout's probably up ahead, and you can see Drogo pause, and he's conversing to someone in the brush.
I will like somewhat quietly try to motion to the resident fighters. I assume that's the Lothriel and Blaine.
Yep.
We will try to sneak up on them while they are busy talking to the lookout. Or if not,
Lothriel-
sneak up on them, then just rush them while they are distracted.
Yeah.
I'd stand up really tall and use oar and try to. I know my friends are sneaking off into the forest, so can I stand up really tall and say, "Are you sure you want to fight us?"
Yes, give me that
something
all
in-
roll, and that will, if you succeed, I'll give a bonus die to Blaine and Lothariel on their sneaking.
Okay. Yeah, I might put a hope point into this. So, because she is very tall, she's a lot taller than most people.
So if you spend a point of hope, you'll be inspired. So then click the inspired as well.
Okay, great. Okay.
Nice. Well done. Great success.
Phew.
So we're gonna get into combat in just a second, but there is during combat, if you don't want to attack, you can do there's a second option you have, and one of those is to intimidate foe, and you make an awe roll, and then for every 6 you get, it kind of escalates the effect of it. I'm going to, since we're not in combat yet, I'm going to use that special success or that great success to give the bonus die to Blaine and Lothariel, so they'll get 2 bonus die each. So as you say that, the voice pauses, and you can hear whispering, like, "What do we say? What do we do? No, stand your ground, stand your ground." And Blaine and Lothariel, I'm going to have the 2 of you make a sneaking roll, and you get 2 bonus die on that.
Does Malvigil sneak up with them, or does he stay?
You were probably in the brush anyway, so yeah, if you want to sneak up as well, you can, and you'll get 2 bonus die as well.
I am not super good at it. I'll then think about it. Fuck it, I'll try it anyway. Although,
Wow. With an Eye of Sauron. Okay, here comes the loud noise. But still an extraordinary success.
Yeah, but look at Lothariel.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. You said two bonus die to the sneaking.
Yes, 2 bonus die.
Oh right, yeah, that's fine then.
Nice. And how
Can
about
I use
Blaine?
my great success to help out the elves? Well, no, everyone
How about
passes. So it's fine.
except for Blaine. Blaine still needs to sneak. You can use that to help Blaine. Give Blaine 1 more bonus die. So 3 bonus die for
So
Blaine.
Can I do that with my extraordinary success too, even though I poked Sauron in the eye?
Yes. Yep, you can. Alternatively, I will let you use those successes in the first round of combat. Nice. Okay, we're going to go to combat. Let me just take us to the screen, and we'll kind of talk about how combat works. So I'm going to take us to this screen. Let me drag your tokens out again. In combat, there's 2 steps to the first round of combat. The first is what's called an opening volley. If anyone has ranged weapons, they can make their attack, and then the enemies, if they have ranged weapons, will go. And then we get into close combat. And in close combat, you're going to choose a stance. You can choose a forward stance, which means you're being more offensive and less on your defense. in game terms, when you roll, you'll gain 1 bonus die to your attack, but your enemy will gain a bonus die to attack you because you're focusing less on defense. There's an open stance where there's no bonus either way. You're being equally offensive and defensive. Defensive, you're focusing more on defense. You will subtract 1 from your attack roll, but your enemy will also subtract 1 from theirs. Or rearward is you're just using ranged weapons. You can change your stances every round. Let me grab some bandits and put them on the screen. So we've got 2, 3, 4 highway robbers. Right now we've got Drogo. You're going to be, I'm going to move you up here. You're going to be in close combat. You won't be able to make a ranged, like an opening volley, because you're right up next to them. But everyone, and also Amelina, you're going to need to either go forward, open, or defensive. But Malvagil, Lothariel, and Blaine, you've gotten the upper hand on them. If you want to start in rearward, you can take an opening volley. And let's get some
Absolutely.
combat music here. So I'm going to grab everyone and put them into combat. Okay, so the opening volley, again, Amelina and Drogo cannot, but Blaine, Malvagil, and Lothariel can. So if you want to do an opening volley, you need to target your opponent. To target them in Foundry, you'll click on their token and then push the letter T. And you'll get, it'll put a little colored dot above the enemy's icon. It will also, usually puts a reticle or a couple little pointers saying that this is the one you're targeting. So let me have everyone, at least for now, target an enemy. In Foundry, if you don't target them, it won't automate the attacks.
What is the leader?
So
Appears to be
the leader, in fact, I have a leader. Let me put him down. This is the leader right here, the one in the front.
Okay.
Perfect.
Definitely gonna target.
So it looks like Lothariel has targeted him.
Is this just for a ranged volley,
Yeah,
or is this
this-
also if we want to sneak forward and attack?
This will
with a
just
melee
be
weapon?
this will just be the ranged volley. We're going to do the ranged volley first, and then we'll get into the normal combat round. So,
Gotcha.
Okay.
Malvagil, if you want to start, what you're going to do is you're going to.
I don't really have a ranged weapon
So
unless I throw my spear. Which
you
I want
have
to.
you could throw your spear, but then it's gone. So we can skip you if you don't want to attack. We can go to
Chuck 'em
Yeah, I
up.
don't really want to do that.
We can go to I wouldn't let go of your only weapon. We can go to Blaine. Blaine, again, you only have a
Can you
sword.
do it next?
Sorry, what was
Correct. So no, you're correct. Only a sword, so nothing for me.
that? Okay. Then let's go to Lothariel. Now I know you have a bow.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
one.
So you probably saw a second screen pop up that's going to ask you, because you got a 6, it's going to ask how you want to use that 6. Now let's talk about piercing blows and special damage. You can see on this screen here, there's a section down here called special damage. If you get a success and you roll a 6, then you can either do a heavy blow, which will add your strength score to their endurance damage. You can fend off, which increases your parry. You're not going to do that with a ranged attack. Or you can do what's called pierce. So on your 12-sided die, you rolled a 6. So if you're using your bow, if you spend your 6 that way, it will add 2 to it and make it an 8. To get a piercing blow, you need to get a 10. So you need to be 10 or higher. If you roll a Gandalf rune, it's an automatic piercing blow. So you can't make this a piercing blow, but you can make it a heavy blow. So select heavy blow, and then that's going to automate that onto Foundry. So you just dealt 10 damage to that highway robber. So I'm going to apply the damage. Perfect. And that guy is very badly wounded. Tell me, Lothariel, how do you strike this bandit with the bow? Where do you hit him?
Well, I snuck off into the woods when everybody was when everyone was starting the fight. I snuck off a bit into the woods, and I drew back my bow and I held in my breath, and I let it loose. I got him right in the neck.
And you see him
Unfortunately, I
stagger
missed
back.
the vital spots.
Yeah, it didn't get an artery, but it got him probably just a little low, right at the top of the shoulder, careened off of the collarbone right into the meat of the trap, and he staggers back, just clutching that his blood is just gushing out. We've got the highway robbers will now do their opening volley. So let's go to this guy is going to attack Amalia. And he fires a bow at you. And that is a failure. So your parry is a 19. He rolled a 16, so that's a miss. The one next to him is going to fire at you as well, and the last one is going to fire at Drogo. Okay, ooh, so he got a 10, and he got a success. It's going to take 3 damage, but you also need to make a protection roll. Otherwise, you'll be wounded. So over in the chat, you can see where it shows the highway robber attacked you, dealt 3 damage. Amalina needs to make a protection roll test. Click on protection roll test. This is going to roll your armor, and you want to beat a 14. If not, you will take a wound. You are wounded. Now click on where it says injury roll on the chat bar. This is how many days your injury will linger. 6 days. So I'm going to apply all of this to your character.
Just let it not be groin injury, please.
Right?
This is just a flashback to a Call of Cthulhu game where my 14-year-old vagabond got kicked in the crotch.
Excellent. Okay, so now we go to the last one. This one is attacking Drogo. And he fires his bow. Oh, that is narrowly a miss. Drogo, your parry is 17. He rolled a 16. That would have been a piercing blow had it landed, but it did not. So now we go to close combat. So now you need to choose your stance. So if you right-click your token, on the left-hand side, you'll see 2 crossed swords, that's forward stance. You'll see a sweeping axe, that's open stance. You'll see a shield blocking something, that's defensive. And then the last one is the bow and arrow, that's rearward stance. I need Drogo and Amalina at least to be in one of either forward, open, or defensive. And Lothariel, Blaine, and Malvagil, you can choose if you charge in or if you stay back. So Drogo, you're going to go defensive. So I'll mark you as defensive. Everyone else is going forward. I love it. Malvagil, you are up first with forward stance. So it will automatically add 1 die to you. In fact, on the second screen, you'll see it adds a bonus die already. So you don't need to add that. You can choose who you want to attack. And
I kind of don't see which one. Who was damaged by the arrow?
So the very first one. This one here is badly damaged.
Okay, let's try that. Like I kinda. I'm contemplating if I can reduce my damage by 1 penalty die, but try to not kill them like evil men. But they are still men, and I hope in some redemption.
So
in them.
if you drop them down to 0, where it would say they're dead, if you choose to just render them unconscious or make them submit, you certainly can.
I don't have a shield, so I will use the 2-handed spear. I assume I should click on the weapon when trying to roll damage rather than the skills.
Yes, yep, click on the weapon, and as long as you're targeted, it'll pull up that second screen, and you can just hit roll unless you want to spend hope. Nice, so that's a hit. You dealt 5 damage to that guy, so I'm going to target it. Where do you stab him with your spear?
wherever I hit him. I actually suspect I did not I did not stab him because that would be a lot more damage than this. I think I actually thwacked him on the knee,
Nice,
like from
nice.
side.
Cracked
Like it's
him
a
with
blood
the
damage, really.
with the half there. Excellent. Blaine, you're up next.
All right. I am going to target the leader.
Okay. He's in really bad shape. He's taken quite a lot of damage. He's down on his knees. He's bleeding from his neck. There's an arrow stuck in his shoulder.
Oh, he's going to be in worse shape in a second.
There's confidence.
Nice. Now, do you deal a killing blow or merely knock him out?
I'm going to knock him out.
Okay, he's going to show as dead, but he's out of combat, but he's still alive. He's just unconscious. Amelina, your turn.
All right, so he's unconscious, so I'm going to untarget him and go for the one behind him.
Perfect.
But I think I'm going to attempt to... Getting wounded's just made me really angry, and I'm going to attempt to awe him as well.
Perfect. So instead of attacking, you can do the Intimidate Foe, where you roll awe. And if you succeed, then all of these bandits will be weary. That means any 1, 2, or 3 that they roll will count as a 0.
Yeah, I'm going to shake my spear aggressively at them. With blood running down my wherever I got injured.
Yeah, where did he hit you with an arrow?
I don't know. This isn't one where you
Right
roll
in
the
the
table
bum.
and I find out. Not in the but her forehead is just blood running down her face, so it's extra scary.
Nice. Say everyone
So
was ready to
I
bandage you, but now not so much.
Not so much. Do I roll anything extra or not? I know you said something, but
So
I completely forgot straight away.
Are you just doing the Intimidate Foe rather than attacking?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll just
Yeah.
roll awe and add a bonus die because you
Aw.
intimidated them last time.
Okay. So does that make me inspired? Yes.
If you spend
And
hope,
I'm
that will
gonna
make you
say-
inspired because you have stern or tall would count.
Gotcha. I'm going to say, "You're next," with blood running down my face, and shake my spirit.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they will be weary for the remainder of this round. So any 1, 2s, or 3s that they roll will count as 0s. So that's going to help everybody for the rest of the round.
Right.
Drogo, you're up next. Now you probably want to change your target. You're targeting the guy that's dead.
Am I?
Nope, you're correct now. Good. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
Okay, so I'm in defense, so I lose a die, but I'm going to add die back.
What are you adding the die back for?
As a hope. Failure. So I
Ooh,
miss.
that is true, Tina. I missed that. Tina, roll an armor roll for me, and you need to beat a 14. No, so you're still wounded. Drogo, you come in with
I mean,
your
if she
attack-
wasn't,
Sorry.
if Amalina wasn't wounded, then she wouldn't get the favor anyway.
Right, exactly. Drogo comes in doing his best to protect himself, but seeing the wound that Amelina took, he does not want to get hit again. And the bandit easily parries aside his blow. Lothariel, with your bow, you may take a shot. Oh, Gandalf rune. That is an automatic success, and it's going to be an automatic piercing blow. So you can use the 6 to do a heavy blow. This might be a one-shot kill here.
It's also a piercing blow.
Yeah, so if you get a Gandalf rune, it's automatically going to be a piercing blow. They'll get a protection roll, but they're going to be weary, so they're going to do poorly on it. So he's going to take 10 damage, plus, let me do his protection roll. I'm going to mark him as weary. He is wounded. So these guys, enemies have what's called might. So like how Amelina can take 2 wounds before she's dead, enemies with might 1 can only take 1. So how do you one-shot this guy?
As always, I prefer to hit them right in the throat. This time I hit dead center, perfect shot right in the throat. Took out his, what's that bone behind your thing there?
Like his hyoid bone in his throat, or
Yes,
nice.
right in the hyoid bone.
The arrow sticks with a kind of a loud crack into his 4th cervical vertebra. It just punctures right into there, and he drops backwards like hit by a stone, just absolutely annihilated as you take out the spinal cord and vitals of this poor fellow, and he hits the ground with.
That's how you do it, Amelina Shakespeare.
This guy, seeing half of the party down, he is going to charge. He's going to go for Amelina. But he is weary. And no, that's a miss. And the last fellow, he's going to make a run for it. So this guy begins to run. So we get into the next round. You can change your stances if you want. There's still one guy. This one here is still in close combat. This other person is running. So we need at least one person to be in a close combat, forward, open, or defensive. Anyone that wants to can now go. So Drogo, if you want to go rearward, you can, and use your bow to try and take out either the guy that's running or the other. Does anyone want to change their stance? Perfect. I'll move you to rearward.
I'm good where I am.
Let me get Drogo into rearward.
I will keep forward.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if I can try running after that guy, because I really don't want him to get away.
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of shooting, you could make an athletics roll to try and catch up to him. Let's go to Malvagil. You're up first.
You said athletics?
Yes.
Instead of attack?
Yeah, instead of attacking, you can make an athletics roll.
Well, but I'll try it.
Oh, all right, Malvagil.
Wait, what?
Excellent.
Oh, it's 9 instead of 6.
So Malvagil, you chase after.
Yeah, I
and
tried to actually like rugby tackle him or something.
You're caught up to him, but you're not enough. If you had gotten a great success or an extraordinary success, I'd say you could tackle him, but you're right up with him. So you're going to be able to be in hot pursuit of this guy. How about Blaine? We've still got this one in close combat.
Yep. I'm going to go after him with my sword and hopefully take him out as well.
Nice. Ooh, well done.
Heck yeah.
Well done. So now with your sword, you should have the extra thing on there that you can spend. Now you're with a sword. If you spend that for a piercing blow, a sword adds 1. You rolled a 9 on your feat die. That would make it a 10. So you could make it a piercing blow, and maybe just take this guy out right now. So you can select piercing blow, or you can do heavy damage, and it will add your strength score to the damage amount.
I'm just going to do a piercing blow.
Let's do it, because they're no longer weary this round. They're not intimidated, but they will. Okay, how do you take this guy out? He's wounded.
Yeah, he's looking around in fright, and I gleefully sink my sword right into his gut. And he looks at me with sheer astonishment as he folds over and collapses.
Nice. Amelina, we've got one last bandit. He's fleeing, and Malvagil has gone in hot pursuit of him. You could, if you have a ranged weapon, you could take a shot at that guy. Or you could stop and tend to that guy that's wounded.
Oh no, I don't have a bow. I only have a score in bows, I think. So
let's see what
no.
Weapons. Yeah, you could throw your dagger, or you could throw your spear.
I could, since he's the last one.
Yeah.
All right, I throw my spear. Now, didn't need to target somebody different.
So yeah, you want to target this guy over here.
Okay, got him. And with my spear. Throw my spear. I'm still bloodied, I'm still angry.
Nice. Hit for 3 damage. Next up is Lothariel.
Do the rewards and virtues, are they something you have to use, or are those
No,
automatically?
They're automatically put in. So I think you have a keen bow, and it's automatically entered.
I do. There. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to spend a hope point.
Now let's look at your distinctive features. Can you be inspired here? You have subtle and wary. You could also use Elven skill to make this a magical success.
Ooh, yeah. Let's do that one.
Okay, if you want to do that, so you're spending a point of hope. Do you see where it says like inspired and then magical? You can click on magical. And now it doesn't matter what you roll, but any 6s you roll will count. It's like additional successes. But you will automatically hit this guy.
So I stand and I'm looking in between everybody as he's running away. I see Malvagil there, and I yell, "Malvagil, duck, you bloody fool!"
Now see, it didn't even roll a 12-sided die. It's an auto success. You didn't get any additional 6s, but you drill that guy. And not only that, this is going to be loud. Because you did a magical success, that attracts the attention of the eye. There we go. Excellent.
Like with magic success, you could actually literally curve the arrow in the air.
Exactly.
Actually, go past me.
Be like the Matrix. Drogo. If Drogo wants to use your bow, you can.
Could I persuade him to give up?
Yeah. So you could holler out and get him to give up. That would be either you could do awe or you could do persuade. Persuade would be better because you have a lower target number and you're skilled in it.
Okay, so Drogo yells out to him that he's outnumbered. This cause is hopeless. That he should give up.
Nice.
Persuade. And
you can add a bonus die because 3/4 of his party is dead.
Inspired.
Let's see. So yeah, if you spend hope to be inspired, you could use like honorable. I think that's the honorable thing to do is make him not just kill him in cold blood because he's trying to get away. So yeah. So if you spend hope, make sure you check the inspired box. And then you can add a bonus die at the bottom as well. Oh, nice. Extraordinary success. With 2 arrows in his back, he stops and turns around and says, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me!" And he drops to his knees. "I yield! I yield!" And Malvagil, you're right up on him. What do you do, Malvagil?
Take off his weapon. You have him like knee or something. I don't really want him to run away and alert the rest of his buddies, if there are any.
He's got a crude spear and a bow, and you just kick those aside. And
try to drag him to the rest of the party for a nice little cozy chat.
Excellent. You drag him back. He is sniveling. He's crying. He has seen better days. When he gets back, he looks at his companions, 2 of them dead, and 1 of them unconscious on the ground, and says, "Look, we're just trying to earn a little bit of money. Please, don't harm me. I've learned my lesson. I'll go back. I'll turn myself in to the authorities. Just let me go."
Kind of tempted to really just take off his weapon and let him go.
Your camp.
I'll lead you to the camp. Sure, just it's far from here. It's about a day and a half, but I'll take you there.
How many more
Really,
are
what
in
we
your
want to know
bags?
about is I want to know about the light, the strange light.
Do you ask about the light?
Yes, what about the strange light we've been hearing about?
The light, well, I don't really know. There's a tower near where we have our little lair. There's a cave, an old dwarven fortress or something, and that light, it attracts folks like flies might be attracted to a lantern, or moths or whatnot. And, well, no one comes and bothers us there, so we've stayed there. There's a cave you go in, you see, and there's an old wooden bridge, but we can raise the bridge so that others can't get there. We stay there, but the room smells foul. I've never liked it. Oh, look,
What is that light? Is that like a torchlight, or is it like a campfire above the tower?
no, it's this strange blue light that just shines from this tower. It's up high. We've never gone up there. We don't dare. Right where we camped, the next room over is some flooded graveyard or something. There's big stone boxes, and it smells like dead bodies. We've never gone in there, but you go through there. We've seen the stairs that go up to the tower. That light's up there. I don't know what it is, but that place, it's evil, I tell you.
Rumors are that people disappear when they come towards the light. Is that because of you and your friends, or is there something else going on?
No, all we do, we just look for a little bit of coin and some food. Look, none of us want to work hard. You got to understand, we're taking the easy way, you see. But whatever that light is, some folk have come to investigate. We stay clear. We should have stayed clear of you, because you look like the sort that would come to check it out. But no, times have been hard, and we're a little hungry, and so we thought maybe you'd be easy pickings. The little one there, and he looks at Drogo. I thought maybe we could intimidate him into giving us up a little bit of coin, but I didn't know he had all these friends. Look, whatever that light is, it's dangerous, and you'd be best advised to steer clear.
Well,
Steering clear of
the
the
others,
light.
we're gonna let him go.
I can
I
take
think we
you.
should not let him go fully. Just he needs to guide us to the camp, because I don't want him to get to the camp before us to warn them. That's what I want to avoid.
There's
What do we do
otherwise-
with the unconscious one as well? We need to bring that one as well, right?
Yeah, we should probably at
Or-
least treat his wounds. I think he took an arrow or something, so I don't really want him to bleed out while unconscious. But
If one of you wants to make a healing roll, you can attempt to set his wounds and bandage him up.
Who's good at healing?
I fear that's Malvegil.
Got one.
I have 2 unfavored, with target 13.
You might be the best. Ooh, got it. You get him patched up, and that arrow in his shoulder is a little tricky to get out. But you get it out, you get him patched up. You end up heating up a little bit of
That
iron.
actually
cauterized.
reminds me that also Amalina could probably use some healing.
Yeah. So
I could.
the way that the rules work, if you've taken a wound, you can receive a healing roll to shorten the length of time that your healing will take. If you are dying, you have to get healing within an hour, otherwise you're dead. And so if someone wants to do healing on her, that would be helpful.
Do I have to target her or something for those
Nope.
purposes?
Nope, you just make a healing roll. That will reduce the severity of her injury by 1 day, plus 1 for every 6 that you score.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will take hope on that. Although I'm not sure if it mechanically makes a difference.
I also have a point in healing, so I was going to see if I could give him another die with using my healing.
Yeah, roll a 6-sided die. And if you get a 6, so you can do /R space 1d6. That will roll it. Just don't type, just do the rest of it. So that, not a 6. So that will reduce Amalina's healing time by a day. So let me
Thank you.
get that on there.
Going to leave a very lovely, awe-inspiring scar on my forehead.
Nice. Now, getting him bandaged up, you eventually get him back on his feet, and at first he's argumentative, and he does not want to show you where the hideout is. But his companion convinces him, "Look, this is the way. If not, we're dead." And so,
if they keep the bandit, they will die here.
Yeah, so they figure, giving up their hideout is better than being picked by crows out here. So they agree to take you there. And why don't we...
I would say how many left?
Ooh.
Are there any others?
They look at each other and say, well, there's at least 3.
Okay. Oh, that's very honest of you.
What do they mean, at least?
Make an insight roll. Yeah.
So Drogo is not sure he's telling the truth on that, and so I'll do an insight roll.
Yeah, Drogo could make an insight roll as well. Ooh. Eye of Sauron. Here comes the loud noise. Drogo got it. Yeah, Drogo, he's full of shit. You think there's probably more than 3, probably double that.
Probably
I think we gag them at least when we get closer, otherwise they might warn their buddies.
Absolutely. Why don't we take a short break now? Let's take like a 7-8 minute break. Grab some water, use the restroom, stretch your legs, whatever you need to do. Let's meet back in about 7 or 8 minutes, and we will go to the Star in the Mist. I will see you all shortly.
Deeper times I roll 20. The dragon goes down, the DM plenty. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a naval caper. While in real life, my fate isn't spoken. Hero roll of the dice and my fate isn't spoken. The king honored me with a mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a hero, struggling to stay alive. It's worth all the hardship though, 'cause now I'm a level 5. Level
5. All right, I am back. Sound off if you are here.
Off.
Tina's here.
Are this present?
Ordanian's here. I think I saw Sean is here.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
Both Ariel's here. And is Drogo here?
Drogo.
Drogo's here. Excellent.
Can I ask a question before
Yes.
we move on?
Yep, absolutely.
Related to combat mechanics?
Yes.
Is there initiative per se, or are everyone's actions considered kind of simultaneous?
Yeah, it's the good guys go first, bad guys go second, but otherwise it's based on your combat stance. So forward stance goes first, and then open, and then defensive, and then rearward, and then all the bad guys. So you can and like let's say we've got multiple people in forward stance. Foundry will just go ahead and assign someone, but you could choose and say, hey, I want to go first, and you can do it that way. But yeah, typically forward goes first, then open, then defensive, then rearward.
And then all of the enemy go after
Yep.
the final rearward act.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions up till this point? Excellent. All right. So we the bandits will lead us there, and I've made a slight change to our map because we have now arrived at the Star of the Mist. So we're now into the adventure. The bandits take you to into the brush near the ford, and you can see this tower. And the woods here are shrouded in this creeping yellow fog, and it clings to the trees. It leaves a dewy residue. It's slightly greasy on the trees. There is a smell of sulfur and some sort of stench that you can't quite place, but it smells like death. If you've ever smelled a dead body or a decomposing animal, it smells like that. This fog is ghastly. And you can see up ahead that tower, and it's rising up above the fog like a single bony finger. And at the top there, sure enough, there is this blue light. And if I take us to the landing page, it gives you an idea of what it looks like. You see that blue sapphire light up at the top of that tower. But the bandits, they almost hesitate to even look at it, and they take you instead down a small path where there's a set of stairs. And I'm going to take us there. The stairs end at a small landing, and you can see a bridge, and it looks like the middle is missing. And on the other side, you see the rest of the bridge, a few steps up, and then an archway. And below the bridge is just a... Yeah, this looks like this might have been where Gandalf did it. There is a very dense, thick layer of that mist down below that bridge. And you've got the two bandits, and the bandit leader kind of nudges you, and he's gagged, but he wants to speak. He wants to say something.
Well, ungag him, but point to my dagger and say, "I will kill you if you shout."
I will not shout, but there is a password that will get you in there safely. But you must promise that my companion and I will be set free. I'll give you the password and then let us go.
So we need the password to get to the Star of the Mist, or we just need the password to get to the hiding place?
If you want to see what that light is, this is the way.
We need the password.
Does any
and
of
what
our
happens if it...
smarter,
Go on.
well-learned, scholarly characters know anything about either yellow fog or blue light?
If anyone
Like, I have
wants to
shadow
make a
lore,
lore,
but I am kind of stupid.
you could make a lore roll, and I'll give you a bonus die on that.
I feel my target number is just way too bad for that. But okay, fine. I will take a lore with extra die. And hunting souls, of course.
Oof. No. Yeah, this mist is very foreign to you. This is not a natural mist. You think you've seen this before in the Barrow Downs on a previous journey.
That's great news.
So Amelina, you've got your knife out, and he says, "I'll give you the password, but then you must let me and my companion go. Are we in agreement?"
Have you no
I think
loyalty
it's a
to the
good deal.
people below?
There is no honor amongst thieves.
Again, it's in your best interest to stop this banditry. It's a nice life. It can buy you a lot of treasures, but you will not last more than a year or two.
No, my companion and I, we will travel elsewhere, perhaps to Tharbad, and we will seek our fortunes on the sea. We will sail. We will hoist ropes and lift cargo. Do it the hard way.
Can I ask, before we release you, why and how is it that you can avoid, if others are drawn to the blue light so strongly, why are you not drawn to the blue light?
Well, let's just say we know what's in there, and it's not anything we want to deal with. We've gone as far as we will go. Others have gone farther, but they've never come back.
And what is that you know is in there?
Barrow Whites, what else?
Yes.
Ah,
It is said that the dead walk inside those halls.
well, do we let them go?
Isn't that
Kinda feel he should, at least we should give him his weapons back, because otherwise he will just get eaten by wolves.
Or bears, perhaps. But first we need to check that the password is correct.
That's a fair point.
The password is one white duck. What was that, Drogo? I heard you say something.
No, I agree. Let's try
Okay.
to use the password.
Yeah. One white duck is the password. Not 2, not 3, 1 white duck.
Well, come along with us while we just check that, and then we will release you at that moment.
Do you want me to give the password, or do you want to give it yourself?
Oh, well, if you give it, that would be great.
Very well. And let me grab...
Before you give the password, remember I've got my bow trained at your back.
These two come up to the edge of the bridge, and they call out, "One white duck!" And you see another fellow come out of the archway, and he's carrying a large wooden plank. And he comes forward and he sets the plank across the way here. Now you're all secreted back there in the stairs. Maybe Malvagil, you're peering out, you can see this. The plank gets placed across the gap, and this fellow goes back inside the archway, and these two turn back and look at you and cross the plank. And then this one, the one that you had helped, kicks the plank into the fog, and they both head
dear.
into the darkness.
Now, I had my bow trained at his
Yeah,
back
Lothariel
the whole
did.
time, so
Take a
as
shot.
he goes to kick it, can I take my shot?
Take a shot.
Well, do we want to alert everybody else? In the...
Well, they're
I
going
think
to
they
do
will
it.
alert us. They will alert them for us. So
Oh, they're
yeah.
there anyway. Right, they're going to tell. Okay. Go for it then.
It's telling me I need to select a token, but I did select a token and put a T on it.
So, yeah, I see Lothariel is targeted, and then if you click on your bow... I might need to put you in combat, I think is why. Let me just grab everyone. It's inevitable at this point. Okay, now try it. Now it should work. Great success. Now, you cannot make that a piercing blow, but you can make it a heavy blow. 10 damage.
Oof.
Told you I had my bow trained at your back, you fucking idiot.
As you hit him, he reaches back to try and grab that arrow and staggers off and falls down into the mist, and you do not hear him hit the bottom.
Ooh, okay, that's a good warning.
This other fellow will bolt inside. Okay.
I guess banditry is his choice.
What do we do now?
We go home and have soup and beer.
Kinda need to clear that tower. I'm
Maybe
not
we can-
really looking forward to dealing with raids, but I also kinda don't want to leave it defiled. This is still old Arnorian, like cultural landmark, let's call it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Lost the
Does-
element of surprise. They know we're
Maybe
out.
we could find
Did
a
they
fallen
successfully
tree.
kick the plank since I shot them when they were...
Ooh, yeah.
Because you got a great success, the plank is still there. I
Oh,
like
go,
that.
let's
I like
run.
that.
Yeah, then yeah, we run. We hustle.
Who
We need to
goes-
get across that bridge before the reinforcements come back.
Yeah, who goes first?
Yeah.
I guess Malvagil is in top of the marching column? I don't know. If he is, then he runs.
Malvagil, go ahead and head across, and you can pretend there's a plank there. You can get across. You get to there. Who goes next?
Amelina can
Amelina?
go next. just targeted myself. That's very clever. Right.
Don't hit yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. Off. Get off. Can you move me, please, Brandon?
Yes, I sure can.
Thank you.
Let me move you. I'll move you down, and then we'll move across. And then we're going to get one more person over before something happens. Who's next? Is it Blaine?
I'll go.
Nice.
Let's leave Letherial over there where she can shoot people.
Right. Urban.
Let me
Right
move. Oh, hey, Drogo was able to move. Look at that. Wonderful. At this point, let me clear off some of the fog of war that Malvagil, Amelina, and Blaine will be able to see as you peer into that room. Give me 1 second with the tool here. Okay. You can see it's a small room filled with rubble, and there are 2 other bandits there. I'm going to add those in to the initiative.
Oh, maybe he did tell the truth about 3. At the front, 3. Anyway.
Okay, so now we're going to be into combat. Now, for ranged volleys, you cannot see anyone there, so there will be no opening volley. We're going to go straight into close combat. So if Malvagil, Blaine, and Amelina want to choose a stance, you can.
Oop.
Probably just go basic. I don't know how many of them are. I don't want to get mulched.
And you can go into that arch, or you can try and let them come to you.
Think I'll go open. I don't know. I don't think I want to be standing on the edge of the cliff. I think I'm going to charge in.
All right. Amelina, you
If
are
you
up
do, then I will
first.
go behind you. I don't want to go first in there. I
Okay.
am not that. Although you are wounded already, that's also not great.
Amelina,
Yeah, but I've also got that feature where I just get fiercer
Yeah, that's
when I'm
true.
wounded. So
That's
you
true.
are up first, Amelina. Do you charge in?
yes, I charge in.
Go ahead and move yourself into the room, and you can see there are 4 bandits. There are 3 highway robbers, and this fellow is wearing really fine clothes. He's probably their leader.
I think
Does he have
on the
weapons?
whole, I'm going to go for the one that betrayed us.
That is this guy right here.
All right, I'm going to target him then. And I'm going to stab him with my spear.
Stabby stab.
Does the finely dressed fellow have weapons as well?
He does. In fact, at his waist, he has a short sword, and he has a bow slung across his shoulder.
That's a success. You're next.
Nice. Did you just roll spears, or did you click on your actual spear?
I rolled spears. Did I do something wrong?
Yep. So you want to
Depends on
click
how
on
your
your
weapon is.
Yep. You want to click on your weapon, but we can figure out the damage. Your spear does 3
Ah.
damage. So I'm
3.
gonna take 3 of his.
Wasn't Amalina's spear keen, which probably won't make a difference.
Yes, it is. It is keen.
And so yeah, what the keen will do is
It won't do anything.
Yeah, I don't think it
Because
does anything
it's
here. So she needs a 9 or higher on the feet die. She got an 8. So close. Had you gotten a 6 to go with it, you could have made that a piercing blow. Malvagil, you're up next. Now you can push past Amelina if you like.
Yeah, I will also try to stab this fool. It's not great. I was trying to give him a chance, and I did promise him he will die if he sticks to banditry, so I guess I will have to make it happen myself.
Nice.
Yeah, we are
Ooh,
really going.
Yes, you do.
We are
So-
really going for lethality this time.
So auto success plus he has to make a protection roll, and he fails. How do you kill this guy?
Woo!
I'm kind of like running like the spear level, like actually just charge him and skewer him through his stomach.
Nice, and he is already wounded, but he chose banditry. He chose this life. Blaine, you're up next.
If I can also squeeze through the doorway
Yep,
there,
yep, you can.
I will to the left here
Perfect.
and go after this fellow. Taking a swipe at him with my sword.
That is a great success. You can't make that a piercing blow, but you can make it a heavy blow.
I like the sounds of that.
9 damage. Excellent. And now, Lothariel. Now, you are in rearward stance. You can either spend your action to charge across. It'll take you your full turn to get to the archway. Or you can take a shot at this fellow right here. You'll have a penalty die because you're trying not to hit Amelina. But if you want to shoot this guy here, you can. Just add a penalty die to it. And same with Drogo. You can either charge across or you can take a shot with a penalty die. Oh, I am sorry, but we don't get to hear that cool black speech because it's in combat. It doesn't count.
I swear,
Drogo,
we
your
actually trigger hunt on a one shot.
I know it. It's never happened with me before, but this could be the day. And Drogo charges across. Excellent. The highway robbers. This one here, well, he's going after Blaine. Blaine just struck him, so he is going to swipe at Blaine. He has a spear in hand. He twirls it over his head and then tries to drive it right down under your foot. And he fails.
Try your hardest.
The chief, he pulls out his sword and he is going to, I'm going to randomly choose who he attacks. He's either going to attack Amelina or Malvagil. So this has a little, random choose someone. It chooses Malvagil. So he will come up, crossing over, targeting Malvagil, and laying into you with his short sword. And that is narrowly a miss. And this last fellow, he's got a bow, and he's going to use it. And I'm going to randomly choose who he attacks. It's going to be one of the 3 frontline folk there. He chooses Malvagil as well.
Aw, nobody likes a ranger.
I know.
I mean, I hunted all the turkeys from the lands.
Ooh, that is a piercing blow. Malvagil, you need to make a protection roll. So on the chat bar, it says Malvagil needs to make protection roll. You need to beat a 14. If you'll click on protection roll test, it will roll that.
Yeah, I'll take hope on that.
You can spend hope on it.
Any medical bills here.
Perfect. You are protected. You pass it. So you still take 3 damage. So I'm going to apply that, but you do not take a wound, which is good. All right, we go to round 2. Now, if anyone wants to change their combat stances, they can. So if Drogo wanted to go from rearward into using, his sword, you can do that now. Or if anyone wants to change out from open to, whatever position they can. Drogo, do you want to? There you go. Perfect.
I'll take forward.
So Malvagil, you are up first.
Am I rolling? I am not.
Uh-huh. Extraordinary success. Now you can make that a piercing blow, absolutely.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
In fact, you could do a heavy blow and a piercing blow.
Oh. Yeah, I will do both. Although, my heavy blow is really heavy. Goddamn.
You could do a double heavy blow and probably take him out too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Why does it not let me click on any of these special successes?
It's probably already on heavy blow. Then you select piercing blow.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, it was selected. Oh, yeah, I will make 2 heavy blows. Fucking
25 damage. So way
I am
exceeded
really
his
strong.
hit points. How do you take that guy out? That's the boss of the bandits.
You said he had a short sword,
Yes.
and he tried Yeah, I think I will actually feint low, and as he's trying to like deflect it, I will stab him in the top of the chest.
Nice. And you get right just the top of his heart. You actually sever his aorta from his heart, and he bleeds out within seconds.
Oh, nasty.
There's a gasp
Yeah.
as he tries to breathe in air, and his lung does not work, and he just slides off the end of your sword as his body weight and gravity take over. Amelina, knife work is bloody work. Your turn.
Right, where is the boss?
The boss just went down.
Yeah.
That's Sue Balvagil.
Oh, right. I'm gonna charge forward and go for the guy with the bow.
Perfect.
So,
That will keep him from
And this-
using the bow, which is useful.
yeah. What did I roll? Oh, you need to select one and only one token to attack. Oh, okay. Hang on.
There you go.
Right.
Ooh, nice. Gandalf.
Excellent.
He makes his protection roll, and he is wounded. How do you take this guy out?
Just go charging straight forward with my spear, straight into the throat, just above his clavicle.
Oh, man.
Didn't like that bow.
Blaine, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna finish off the last of them here.
Said with confidence. Oh, look at that. I got a hit, 4 damage. I'll apply that. And still on his feet, Drogo, can you take this guy out? He's got 3 hit points. If you can hit him, you'll take him out. Perfect. You're targeted. Ugh, no, just short. Lothariel, with your bow, this guy has kind of come around, positioned himself near the archway. You have a shot. You'll have a penalty die on that. Actually, no, you won't, because Drogo is short. You can shoot right over Drogo's head. Oh, a magical success.
Wow.
Nice. How do you take that guy out?
Well, I was sorry about that, fellas. I was aiming for his neck like usual, but looks like I got him right in the forehead. I'll have to practice a bit more, won't I?
Now, whenever you use magic, you guys you'll know it. So maybe there was like a flash of light that will also attract, here comes the loud sound, the eye awareness. It is close, man. All right, and you easily made quick work of the bandits. Now, they've got some goods here. They've done some pillaging, and you can see all of the stuff that they've gathered up here. Now, in the One Ring, when you find treasure, there's rolls that you make to see what you find, and this counts as a lesser hoard. And so I will roll 1 6-sided die, and then that will tell us how much every person gets from the hoard. And this is all the stuff they've taken from travelers. So everyone will get 5. You don't really track money in this game. You get 5 units of treasure, 5 little pouches of gold and silver and things like that. None of the items in the core book have prices because you don't really buy stuff. Like if you want, a different weapon, you get it. But the treasure just kind of accumulates, and you can actually pass it on to an heir. But it's more just flavor. There's a lot of stuff here. Now we're also going to roll to see if there's any magical treasure. So for a lesser hoard, I'm going to roll the feat die 2 times. Any Gandalf runes or Eye of Sauron is a magic item. Nope, no magic items here.
Makes sense.
Now, the big question is, do you take this stuff?
Well, I was thinking about that because does some of it belong to the villages where we just were?
Absolutely.
In Bree.
I say we bring it back to them.
I agree. Perhaps keep a coin or 2.
Does anyone object? Anyone want to keep this money hard fought and hard won?
I mean, the ranger would probably want to salvage any supplies that could be used for like ranging, but that probably requires more like warm clothing and food. And if this is really just valuables, then I don't really have use for it. So yes, returning it would be best.
Perfect. So there's a thing in the game called misdeeds, and I kind of alluded to it before, like killing someone in cold blood. Taking this that doesn't belong to you. Even though the bandits had it, you're doing the right thing by giving it back. Had you decided to keep the money for yourself, you have to make a wisdom roll against taking the greed. And if you fail, you take shadow points. And so this game is about making good choices. You are good folk. You are the free folk. You're good folk. And so you try to make good choices. And so that was a very good choice. So there is no need to take a shadow test there. Now, through this archway, there is a chill coming that is like the coming of winter, and it's summertime now. It's kind of cool in here. It's a little subterranean, but there's a chill coming from here that is alarming how cold it is.
We know it's a wraith or wraiths in there. Is there anything we can do to prepare ourselves for that?
Short rest.
Yeah, if you want to do a rest, so there's two types of rest. If you open your character sheet and scroll down just below your endurance, you will see short rest and prolonged rest. A short rest is like an hour, and you will recover endurance points. You recover your strength score in endurance points. A prolonged rest is like sleeping all night. We could do a short rest here. So if everyone wants to open their sheet, click on short rest. As if you're wounded, you will not recover endurance, so Almalina will not recover. You'll recover 1 point, your strength score if you do a full rest until your wound heals. But everyone else that took damage can recover. So
Could I hand out some whey bread?
Yes, absolutely.
Balon?
So you have your
I will
twice
hand
baked honey
out some
cakes.
whey bread. Yes. I will hand that out to everybody.
Now I'm actually
It says
pondering, did we?
recover hope point from fellowship.
Yes, so whenever you rest, we have a pool of 7 fellowship points, and you can use this to recover hope when you rest. And so we've got 7, and as long as you agree on how they're divvied up, you can all do that now. Now, everyone has used hope except for Blaine. It looks like Almalina is down 3 points, Drogo's down 4, Lothiriel is down 6, and Malvagil is down 3.
Ooh.
So you guys can decide how you want to divvy that up.
Well, one each and an extra one. Is that Malvagil's got down by 6?
Lothiriel.
No.
Oh, that's me. I keep using my
Ethereal?
magical attacks.
Well,
Do you wanna-
they've worked. They've been useful.
Yeah. So you could maybe have 2. Does everyone agree with that?
Yes.
So
I
then,
won't say no to that.
if you want to open your sheet, go down to kind of where the rest was. You'll see hope in the big diamond. You can change that score, and then make sure Malvagil does a short rest because you are down endurance points. That will help you to recover some.
Yeah, I just didn't finish it, so I will try to.
Perfect. There you go. Excellent.
Yeah, it automatically did add to the hope.
Perfect. Now,
Like I'm pondering, like that. Do we have any lore on wraiths? Again, I'm kind of too stupid
Yeah.
to lore.
so
lore.
Malvagil has as a distinctive feature, you have shadow lore, and so give me a lore roll with a bonus die.
Could I help that? Because I have folklore. So I
Yes,
give him an
yep.
extra
So that
bonus
would add an
die.
extra bonus die. So 2 bonus die for Malvagil.
Will one be enough? Let's try it.
Yes, success. You know that fire is the bane of the undead, that the barrow wights, fell wights, all of these creatures that have been prolonged life, that fire is their nemesis.
Are there any torches around here that we could
Yeah, so
light and
the
take in
bandits
with us?
have quite a few torches here. There's enough for everyone. If you're carrying a torch, you cannot use a two-handed weapon like a bow, or if you have a spear that can be used one or two-handed, you just couldn't use it two-handed. That's assuming you're carrying a torch.
Do they have supplies for torches like
That you track on
cloth
your
and
character sheet.
oil and that kind of stuff?
No, they don't really track it on the character sheet, but they would have it here. So that there would be like lanterns, like anything that the bandits would need is here. Flint and tinders, there's kindling, there's blankets you could burn. They do have a supply of torches, there's oil, all that stuff would be here.
So I could take some oil and basically I want to be able to make fire arrows.
Yeah, so you could put a little, like they've got blankets and cloth. You could tear off strips, wrap it around the head of the arrow, dip it in oil, and then when needed, you could light it on fire and shoot it. That would
I mean,
absolutely
if there is oil, can we, like, I'm probably being a bit gamey, can we make Molotov cocktails?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Or find some empty bottles around the place and
There's
shove some rag
plenty
in
of
and-
bottles. They've got lots of wine bottles here. Some are full, some are empty.
I have no idea how will we even try to mechanically apply that, but yeah, let's
if
How do
go.
I
you- if
keep
you-
track of my arrows?
So you don't track arrows in the game. There's no equipment like that. It's assumed you have what you need.
So I have unlimited fire arrows at this point.
For the most part, it's assuming it's a lot of it is do you survive long enough to use up all your arrows? So you would have as many as you need. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. Just totally drew a blank. It'll come to me like 2 a.m. I'll think of it. What I was going to mention. The Molotov cocktails. If you want to throw one, it uses your brawling skill. So under your combat proficiencies, just above your weapon, your brawling skill is always 1 point less than your highest proficiency. So for everyone, it's probably 1, and some of you may have 2 in brawling. But brawling is like if you're punching, kicking, or throwing something. So you would use.
Amelina has 2.
Yeah, so that would be your skill to throw a Molotov cocktail.
It's always 1 less than your highest weapon
Yep.
proficiency, so
Yep.
yeah, 2 makes sense. I will, like, Malvegil will definitely take a torch. I'm not sure if I will try to take the Molotov.
Yeah,
I
I think
assume
I'll
you
stick
can't
to the
really,
torch.
if we can't really throw it in melee, then it's probably better that the ranged characters take it.
Yeah. You probably don't want to, break it close by and then you're covered in flaming oil.
Yeah, just watch out back there. People are going to throw Molotov cocktails. Yeah, I think I just want a torch in one hand, spear in the other, so I can shove the torch into the face of a wraith and then stab it or something.
Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, who goes through the arch first?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's
I'll go.
Malvegil.
Yeah, Malvegil, me next.
Your torchlight illuminates a short landing. You can see some worn stone columns and stairs that lead down. And let me increase my brush size. I'm going to make this a little more visible here. Give me 1 second to remove the fog of war. Okay. What you see when you come down here is a set of flooded chambers. This hall is partially collapsed and almost completely filled with muddy waters, waist high to a human. For the dwarf or the hobbit, this would come up to your neck. The walls are decorated with inscriptions and carvings, and Blaine, you would recognize many of the pieces of art as typical of the dwarven clans that once lived in this area long, long ago. You can see opposite the entrance, you can see a flight of stairs leading up to another archway that probably leads up into the tower. The air in here is unwholesome. It seems thick and stuffy, as if weight is gradually oppressing you. Anyone that comes into this room will need to make a shadow test for dread. So this is a valor test. I'll need everyone to make one.
We can spend hope on it to
You
make
can, yes, you can spend hope
better.
on this.
Yes. Yeah, take hope on it. Not enough. Oh, it is enough.
Excellent.
So if we spend a hope, we're inspired.
No, so inspired is
No.
if you use your distinctive feature.
Right.
I think you can only use distinctive features on skills, but I might be wrong.
I would let you
By the
use
time
it
we've
in this
finished,
case.
I will remember.
Oh, excellent. There you go. Gandalf rune. And did Drogo make a... Let's have Drogo make a Valor roll.
So we're doing it.
It's up at the top, very top of your character sheet on the right-hand side. You'll see Valor and Wisdom.
Pop out. I'm not seeing how I see Valor moves here.
So it should be up at the very top where like you have your picture and then it says Heroic Stature, Valor, and Wisdom. You see that? If not, I can roll it for
See
you.
it.
If you click on Valor, will it look...
I just don't see. Doesn't. Oh, okay. Never mind.
There we go. Oh, and an Eye of
Aw.
Sauron. That's going
Ooh,
to
we're
raise
getting
the eye
close.
awareness. Let me increase that. Oh, that is close.
Oh,
All right, so those that got a great success, which was Malvagil and Amelina, you take no shadow. Those that failed, you'll take 2 points of shadow. So I should be able to do that for you. So Drogo, Lothiriel, and Blaine. Let me add shadow.
Amelina looks at you. You, all three of you suddenly look just a little bit more evil, slightly less wholesome.
And that added 2 points of shadow. Excellent.
Kinda like the feeling of this place.
I don't blame you.
Now, as you walk in, you see, in addition to that muddy, nasty water, there is that fog is heavy in here, but through the fog you can see stone sarcophagi, stone boxes in here. Some of these are intact, while others look like they've been damaged by violent upheavals of earth, falling columns and stone. And many are carved with a skill far surpassing that of most stone wrights living today, at least for the men of the West. The dwarves could easily accomplish this level of skill. 2 of them stand out with exquisite detail. This one here and this one as well. They are, the marble slabs on top of them have been decorated to resemble a sleeping figure. One shows a lord and the other a lady, composed in the sleep of death. Both of those are broken open and appear empty. The others look like lesser folk of this house, servants, valets, butlers, perhaps even children. This one here is broken open, and Lothiro, you can see there is the remains of a skeleton, now little more than bones and rotted cloth, but it is holding something, it looks like parchment in its hand.
Kinda like I assume the water that is like waist high, it's murky. We don't
Very
really
murky.
see anything.
Yep, it's muddy, dirty, it's not clear at all. It's very still.
Can I toss like a piece of masonry in there?
Yeah.
Like just to see if there is some evil eels or fish or piranhas or something.
Yeah, you
Do
toss.
not disturb the water. Tina has her
I
Gandalf
will
moment.
disturb it with a rock rather than my own body.
You toss a stone in there, and there's a plop, and then ripples begin to form out, and they lap up against those stones, and then they grow very still. And within moments, the surface has returned to a dark, muddy glass.
I guess you only live once. Malvegu
Does
will
seem-
try like fording the water or whatever is the English expression, and
Yeah.
try to pick the piece of paper that we have seen.
I think that is the expression. You grab the paper, and it looks to be remains of the house records. The text is incomplete. It's been damaged by the passage of time, but you're able to read some of it by torchlight. And let me see if I can make this work for me. The first part says, "Here is recorded the fall of the house of Hadirian and his wife Elwyn. I, Angnir, steward and captain of the guards, write this record to preserve its memory. It was in the time of," and then the rest of the page is illegible. You scan down a little bit lower and you see another section that you can read. "They built a wooden seat in mockery of a throne, in plain sight of the castle walls. Then they tied our Lord Hadirian to it, to torment and ridicule him. They tortured him for hours. When the orcs nailed an iron crown to his head, hailing Hadirian as the rightful ruler of the land, the Lady Elwyn summoned me and asked me to prove my reputation as the best bowman in Arthedain. I chose an arrow from those that I received from my father, and he from his father before him, a white-plumed, slender dart. I bent my bow with all my strength, and the arrow flew straight, piercing the hand of a huge orc who was tormenting Hadirian, and burying itself deep into the chest of my lord. I broke my bow after the deed." And that is all that you can read there.
Was it somewhere said in the beginning of this adventure that this castle was under siege?
That was the lore from long ago, that there had once been a castle here in the time of the wars of Angmar, and this had been under siege at that time.
Could we do a folklore roll to see if we know any more, or any of us know of anything else of this story?
Yes.
Who this person might have been with the bow? What happened to the queen?
Yeah, a lore roll would be perfect.
For insight, perhaps.
I would let you do insight as well.
Okay, I can do an insight. So we've read the letter. Now, what can we glean from the letter?
Yeah. Success. Just barely. You needed a 12 and got a 12. Oh, and we have a Gandalf rune for insight from Amelina. Oh, and we have another Gandalf rune from Lothariel for lore. You guys are getting them all out of the way. One thing that you get from the letter, it sounds as though the king was being tortured, and this servant, Angnir, was commanded by Lady Elwyn to put his lord out of his misery, and so he slew him with this arrow. Now, Lothariel, the lore that you know of this time, that war against the king of Angmar, the Witch King, that much shadow had fallen across the land, and that some say this place had been cursed by the Witch King. And there is a rumor, you didn't piece it together until you heard the name Lady Elwyn, but there was a rumor of a woman who was said to wander the Barrow Downs looking for her husband. And you wonder if perhaps this wasn't Lady Elwyn.
She may not be there though, but perhaps Angenmere? Angenmere?
If anything, I
Still
would
guards
guess that
this barrow.
lady is the Barrow White that is turning on the light.
Looking for her husband. Yes, seeing if she can call him back to her, perhaps.
Is there any practical way of constructing some sort of bridge, like jumping across this sarcophagi and making maybe some sort of ramp from sarcophagi covers that we don't have to wade through this gunk?
You could absolutely get you could leap across from one and over to another. That would probably take an athletics roll. If you wanted to build something, someone would probably have to pull like a lid off of this one and move it over to here to make a ramp out to here, and then someone's going to have to grab another one, maybe from over here and
Work
put it in
smarter,
this
not
gap.
harder, you idiots. I'm gonna go back and get the plank.
Well, the plank got kicked down into the pit,
Ah.
but there's a lot of stuff in here.
I mean, we shot the
It didn't
guy.
though. I shot him and you said
Oh
it
no
didn't
no!
get
You're
put down.
you're correct. Yes, you are correct. You could go get the plank. Thank you. So you could put the plank
I don't
here.
know about.
You
Yeah,
could
I don't know about
potentially all
sliding the
move
lid
to
off.
here.
Yeah, we can all be teetering on one, because if we slide the lid off, then we might get another white come up or a ghost or something.
Yeah,
so
not-
disturbing
not-
the
not
dead
wrong.
doesn't seem like a good idea. But we can walk across it.
So
I mean, worst case, I will go into the water, but I don't like the idea.
well, if
Yeah, so if we all just line up on the coffin and then move it across to the next one.
yeah, so if you put the plank here, like across the first gap, so you could plank this. Everybody goes and stands on the sarcophagus. Then you hand the plank hand over hand to the other side. Potentially, you could get across. But what this will be is what's called a skill endeavor. And so this is another one of the little mini games in here. And so Foundry's got this built up. It's kind of like a skill challenge in older editions of Dungeons and Dragons. Getting across without getting wet. Let me set this up. This will be relatively simple. We have enough time. And here we go. So we need to get 3 successes on skills, and we have 5 attempts. And if you get 3 successes within 5 attempts, then we pass. If we don't, then presumably somebody slips into the water. So you can use any skill that sounds like it would fit with what we're doing, and whoever wants to go first can choose what skill they want to do. And you can spend hope on this. There we go. So up first, we have Lothariel. What did Lothariel do with athletics?
I put the plank down, and using my athletic prowess, I walked across it.
Nice. So then the others can follow, but now someone's got to pick that up and pass it down the sarcophagus and set it down again. Who wants to?
It's
do
lucky
that?
we're all affectionate friends, isn't it? Because we're
Yeah.
going to be getting very close. Yeah.
No personal space.
So
we got-
another person can't roll athletics. We've got to come up with other stuff.
You can roll athletics, but I would prefer that we at least alternate. At least every other one is athletics. So
Yeah.
you could.
Could I?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, could I use insight too?
Yeah. In fact, and if you pass, I'll tell you what the success of your insight means.
Okay, I was hoping to somehow see where next to put the plank
Exactly.
most safely. Okay. Please, 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 please.
And if you get 6s with a success, like a great success or extraordinary success, those count as so there we go. That's 2
Woo!
successes right there. Okay, so that's everything that we needed right there. So we can close
cool.
that out. So we got our 3 successes within 5 attempts. What your insight told you, so everyone was standing here. This is
All in a line.
Yeah, all in a line. This is the sarcophagus of Hadirian, of the lord of this castle, and it's been broken open. If you all pile on that, someone's stepping into where his tomb. That might be a desecration. You decide maybe that's not the best thing. So maybe you put it over here, and then again
jump
over
across to
here,
this one.
and then you cross over to here, and so you don't step on Lady Elwyn's or Lord Hadirian's, and you reach the other side. Excellent. And no one touched the water.
No.
Which is good. Just for fun. Had someone touched the water, you would have fought these things. So, thankfully, you didn't have to. So, that's good. And you make it to the stairs. And heading up the stairs, let's go to the next room. Heading up the stairs.
Loading the accursed halls.
The accursed
Yay.
halls. When you reach here, this is back up on the surface, and you're still in that terrible fog, and it smells really bad. But you're now in a vast expanse of ruins, floating in a sea of that dense mist. It's dark. You don't even know what time of day it is. It's got to be daytime, but it's so dark you can't see. The sun is just a pale disk, incapable of penetrating this veil of fog. And as you make your way in here, advancing is difficult because of the rubble. There's crumbling walls and pillars that jut out from thick tangles of vegetation, twisted and bare roots that split ancient flagstones with their roots. There's not much that rises for more than a few yards. Whatever city of Lord Hadirian and Lady Elwyn that once stood here has been literally razed to the ground. The exception to this is the tower that you can see just past this landing. Through the archways is the path that leads to the tower. There's a lot of graffiti in here. You can see the shape of a main hall, but the walls are just covered in crude graffiti, very crudely drawn, crudely carved. It doesn't match the other carvings that you saw.
So that's probably orc work. And top of the tower is probably the blue light that we saw from below.
Yeah, you would suspect that blue light is just up at the top of the tower. This writing does look like it's probably orc. If you want to get up and read it, you can, but it's up to you.
Does anyone
I feel I'm kind of too stupid for that.
But what about Malvagil? Is Malvagil too stupid for that? I'm teasing.
With 3, I mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're not a linguist.
I've got wits 14.
That's your
No,
target
wits
number.
4.
So yeah.
That's 4.
So
right,
normally
that's not so good.
in the One Ring, your target number, you take 20 and you subtract your ability score, and that's your target number. But in one-shots, they recommend that you take it from 18, just so people have a reasonable chance of actually succeeding on a lot of rolls. Otherwise, it's harder at lower levels to pass rolls because your scores are so low, or your target number is so high and your scores are so low.
Okay. I look around and the others go, anybody read Orc?
I guess Malvagil is closest with Shadow Lore.
Do you take a look at it, Malvagil?
Fuck it, I've sent it. I spend 1 hope to try it and lore this place. Hey.
Look at that. So you begin to...
I guess I speak Orc.
You begin to...
Although they should speak common anyway.
Well, it's interesting because there's mixed sentences. Some are elvish letters of an ancient mode, written with horrible care, and it's not specifically Orc, but this is the Black Speech. And as you read it, you begin to understand this is a curse. And you need to make a valor roll. This is against sorcery, as you have just read the first lines of the Curse of the Witch King of Angmar.
Isn't sorcery against wisdom?
Yes, wisdom. Sorry, I think I said valor. It is wisdom.
Do I take another hope? I kind of want to have some hope left because we are running out. Yeah, I'll take a shadow. Oh god.
Ooh. That's going to be the eye awareness. Oh, 3 away. 3 away.
I think we should just keep rolling stuff just to try
to get that. So you will take 2 points of shadow, Malvagil, and I'm actually going to apply that to you right now.
Thank you.
There we go. 2 points. With the, the meaning of the curse. It was laid by the Witch King himself, wroth at how strongly the Dunedain opposed him. The ruins here are bound to suffer from its effects as long as the torment of Lord Hadirian continues.
So does that
Oh,
mean that
he's-
this probably was waking up the Wrights?
Very likely, this curse.
Power.
And likely that the entire curse happens as long as Lord Hadirian persists.
He is here somewhere in some
Wasn't he
form
outside,
then.
like inside of the city walls, on some wooden throne?
He was. So he would have been
Is there
nearby.
really-
Now, Lothariel,
Oh.
when you
I
climb
mean,
up the steps...
we should probably check out the light anyway.
When Lothariel
What
climbs
about
up
that?
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Amelina.
No, I was just going to say, looking over to the left there, is that where the throne was, up on that hill?
Yeah,
to the,
very
like,
likely over here. This may have been where the throne was and he was shot.
How would we banish him? Is it possible?
Well, as Lothariel gets up to the top of the steps, up here, you see a form. At first you thought it was a gray-brown stone, but it moves, and it's an old woman, and you see wisps of gray hair peeking out from her cloak. Her cloak is ragged and brown and dirty. It looks like her flesh is almost transparent, and she turns and
We
looks
do
at
have
you.
torches up, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
She
we
turns
do.
and looks at you. Her eyes glow like embers, and she addresses you, speaking in a hissing voice and a strange accent. Why have you come? There is nothing here, only death. Leave this place, or join me
I
in my torment. And
take a knee and bow to her.
Yeah, if this is Lady Elwen, then I will also probably bow to her.
Lady Elwyn,
How can we relieve
Come
your
to
torment,
release you.
grandmother?
yes.
when you all see her, so this is a wraith. A wraith has an ability called Thing of Terror. When you see and recognize her for what she is, everyone needs to make a valor roll. If you fail, you cannot spend hope if this devolves into a fight, and you'll take shadow points. So I need all of you to make a valor roll. That's coming face to face with a wraith.
In Hearten, and I'm wondering quite a good score in Hearten. I'm wondering if that can help us if something happens here. Like, I don't quite know what that does.
Yeah, so that would be to cheer up your fellows, or maybe to cheer her up, if at all possible.
Ah, okay, good.
Okay, so Lothariel, if you fail your roll, which you did, you cannot spend hope for the fight. I'm going to give you 3 points of shadow. Same with Drogo. You will not be able to spend hope.
Amelina too.
Amelina, let's see, Malvigil got a great success. You can spend hope. You take still 1 point of shadow because your great success cancels 2 of those. You still take 1, but you can spend hope. Amelina, you will take 3 and you cannot spend hope. And Blaine, you also take 3 and cannot spend hope.
Yeah, I was very lucky this adventure against Shadow. God, I'm...
Perfect. Okay,
Grandmother,
so
you said we had to join you in your misery. How can we help you to alleviate this misery?
Well, we
We do
need
not
to
want you
find
to
the
suffer any
Lord.
longer.
We need to find the Lord and end his suffering.
find my Lord Hadirian. Tend to him. See that he is put at rest. Have you come to take what is his?
We
Or ha-
come to end.
No, grandmother,
We
we
come
came
to
to put you
end.
all to rest, to end this
Did.
vile curse, to ease your eternity.
Give me an Enhearten roll, Amelina.
Could I have, because Lothariel's beautiful speech
Yes,
there can
yep.
help me?
Yep,
I will also spend 1 hope to assist
to
you.
assist her. So then you can click on Hope from Companion as well.
So I will have to manually decrease my hope
Yes.
number in my sheet.
Correct.
Okay.
I hope I got that right.
Got it.
Ooh, good
Got
one.
it. Oh, man, I did not see this coming. Okay. Everyone always fights here, but you guys, this is awesome. She says, at the top of the stairs, I am forbidden to go there. The light is my husband. calling me to him,
Oh.
but I can never reach him. Perhaps you can.
We will do our best, my lady.
Grandmother, what would you have us do when we reach him? How can we end this misery?
See that he is put to rest, that he might know the peace of death. I
Guess
do
carry
not
him to
know
the
it.
sarcophagus.
Yeah,
Are there rites that your people used?
I have forgotten them. Whatever rights your people use will suffice.
I can give him the elven rites if you wish.
That I wish.
Yay!
Right
Oh,
then,
my
let us
lady, may
pass,
we
grandmother,
pass?
and we shall do this for you.
She stands aside to let you pass. And as you walk past her, you feel this gripping cold just emanating from her. And you know that her touch would chill you to your very heart. And we will go to the tower.
Yeah, I would definitely not want to fight it with everyone failing the shadow level to spend.
No.
Yeah.
And they have a thing called Deathless. So if you get a piercing blow, they can spend a point of hate, which is like their hope, to negate it and just go back to like full endurance. So like they're super hard to kill.
Whoa.
So this is the tower, and without a fight, this is going to be real easy. Beyond the accursed halls rises the Tower of the Star. Built of a harder and more ancient stone than the rest of the ruins, it proved impervious to the power that crushed this place centuries ago, and time itself was unable to cast it down. Only its highest floor was damaged in the war, and its jagged stonework makes it look like a hand with stunted fingers. It is here at the top of the tower that the mortal remains of Lord Hadirian lie, a mummified body tied to a rotting throne of wood, a metal crown nailed to his head, a shining blue gem set in the crown, its luminescence visible for miles and miles.
That crown, I assume that is not like Arnorian make, that some orc.
Yes, yeah. This does not look like something that men would make. This is an artifact of Angmar, and it's been nailed to his skull.
Yeah, I'll try to remove it. Like, even at the cost of damaging his skull, I will try to remove it.
Give me a roll for that. This is.
I guess if I'm careful, it's healing.
Yeah, so I think a healing roll would be perfect. Healing or riddle, either one of those would work.
I love healing. I think that's great.
I have
Yeah,
three
I will spend hope. Uh-huh. 3 riddle. Yeah, that might be actually better than me, but depending on target. Go riddle, and if we fail, I will try again with healing. Let's see where this takes us.
So Drogo carefully looks at the crown, tries to figure out the best way to remove it.
If you want to give me a riddle roll
Respectful
first,
as possible.
yeah, Drogo, if you want to do a riddle roll first,
Yeah.
perfect. So this will add a bonus to Malvagil's attempt to get this off. You can see where if you pull too hard here, it's going to crack the skull, and so you can see kind
Let
of.
me roll a
come out of.
lore roll as well to help him to see
Yeah.
if I know any lore about this.
Yeah, there's maybe something about these nails too, or this crown.
To be honest, I would expect orcs to even steal the
Oh.
nails, not just whatever not nailed down.
An extraordinary success. So, Lothiriel, you know that the wounds from the nails, they are cursed as well, and that they must be cleaned out so that any rust or corruption from those nails can be removed from that skull. So it will not be enough to simply set him to rest, but he must be prepared.
My friends,
Roll
when
for
you get that
cleaning.
off, you need to dip some wood in your salt there and clean the wounds from the nails with salt.
Ooh, very good.
Love it.
Let's get that crown off.
So it's healing roll, and you said I will get how many bonus dice? Is
You'll
the
get
question.
one, just standard one. I'm going to give you another one for Drogo's success, so 2 bonus die. And then if you want to spend hope,
Okay. So we have 2 bonus die, and I am pulling 1 hope bonus.
ooh, I think you got it. Yes, you got it. So it takes you some time. You don't rush this. And as you extract the nails, it's like pulling a rotted tooth. And it comes easily at first, and then it's hard as you pull it out by the roots. And you can see where that puncture hole was. You know it's rust. Mixed with moisture from this strange mist, but it looks like blood. There's a rust-colored droplet that comes out of each of these nail holes as you pull this off. And as you...
This must be like 500 years old. How could this still be rusty? God damn, that's some curse.
Yeah, there is some sort of power in this crown or iron that is keeping this alive. It should have rusted to nothing, but they're still there. And as you remove the crown from the head, you hear almost a rushing of winds down below you in the tower. And then you hear something down below hit the ground with a sound like rustling leaves hitting the ground all at once in a big pile. You hear the scatter and the skitter of leaves hitting the ground. You know it's not leaves, but something like that, something that hit with weight and then it dissipated quickly. His body will not come off the throne because there is still an arrow punched through his chest, through the ribs. You could remove the arrow. You could also try and pull him off of the arrow.
Yeah, we need to get him somehow off. Although I'm kind of curious about the gem, but that will wait, and it probably needs a smarter person than me. So how could we remove him from the chair or from the arrow? Maybe dismantling the chair behind him. If he is tied to the chair, maybe dismantling the chair would be
Is the
safer.
arrow puncture all the way through the chair? How's this working?
Nope, it's into the chair, but it has not gone all the way through the chair. Now the question is, do you want to leave the arrow there? Is the arrow part of the curse or not?
Is he fully skeletal at this point?
He is.
Could we...
So why can't we just
You
pull him off from the...
You could pull him off and remove him from the arrow, or pull the arrow out, or leave the arrow in and dismantle the wooden throne. It's pretty rotted.
Could I use a crafting skill to try to remove the arrow without damaging the skeleton?
Yes, that's fantastic. Oh, you were close. You missed it by 1. So Blaine, you're trying to do this, and you know that if you move him any more, it's going to shift some of his remains, and you know a rib or 2 may actually pop out of his body. He may not mind, but you're trying to be as reverent as possible, and you don't think you're able to get this without assistance.
Right.
And Drogo
Let me try
used
this,
the
fellas. I'm going to take my dagger and I'm just going to reach in between his ribs and just cut the wood of the arrow so we can just pull him right off.
Okay. And Drogo, what did you say?
Well, perhaps I could use Riddle again to figure out the best way to figure this puzzle out.
Let's do the riddle roll first, and then you can do a knife roll. Yeah, you're not sure. It's you've probably never done anything like this in your life, trying to remove an arrow from a corpse, and you're a little bit buffaloed here. If someone wants to try to cut away, you can use your swords skill. That's like using a knife, trying to carve it away, and just roll the sword
basically
skill,
what
not the weapon.
Letheriel just wants to cut the
arrow?
the flight off the arrow, and then we can gently lift him off the arrow.
Oh,
right?
I won't even make you. Yeah, I won't even have you do a roll for that. That's easily done.
Okay, we just need to untie him or whatever, and then cut the flight off, and then we can just slide him carefully off.
Yeah, so I won't even make you roll for that. I understand. As you slice that off, his bonds are just rotted rope that comes off easily, and you're able to slide the body of Lord Hadirian off of this throne where he has sat for countless centuries. Who carries him down?
I feel like this should be Malvagil work.
Yeah, Malvagil, you've got him in your arms, and you begin the slow procession down the stairs, down to the accursed halls. And as you get down there, let me take us there, you find that the Lady Elwyn is not there, but there is a pile of ash here on the ground, and the gentle breeze is slowly lifting the ash and carrying it away from this place.
I was tempted to try to bring her into the sarcophagus as well, but if the wind is blowing into the west, maybe she wants to go to the west.
Yeah.
When he's gone.
Take a small amount to put with him.
Yeah, you could gather up some that's
Yeah,
there.
put her with him might be even better.
And we go down to the flooded chambers. This is the sarcophagus of Lord Hadirian.
We need to
Make sure we clean all his wounds out with salt before we lay him to rest.
I was hoping someone would remember that.
Ah, yeah, where the arrow was as well, yeah?
Yep.
I would cleanse all of it just to be sure.
And don't touch the water.
Give me a healing roll, and you can add a bonus die for the salt, and then an additional bonus die for doing this reverently.
I will take hope. I am getting very close to miserable, which does not please me, but I want to do it right.
Oh, yeah, with the Gandalf rune. You've got it. So you clean that out, and you're convinced that it is how it should be. And you lay his body in the sarcophagus, and there is the stonework is cracked over him, but you know that if you cover him as best as you can, this is as much reverence as you can give. And Lothiriel, you wish to do something of the Elvish rite. What does Lothiriel do?
A second.
Oh, just by checking, I think we can reasonably assume that the blue gemstone on the crown is what will reduce the blue light.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I begin to sing. Oh, it's not coming through. Oh, well.
Oh, shoot.
I put on some elven music from Lord of the Rings. Anyway,
dang.
I'm singing an ancient elven song, and as I do so, I reach down and I grab some earth. And are there any dead leaves or any kind of naturey things laying about?
There's some moss, there's some sticks in here, some vines that have grown up along.
I gather up a little bit of all of that, and I sing this ancient elven funeral song. And as I come to the refrain for each verse, I sprinkle some more natural stuff on him.
Give me a song roll.
A song roll.
Oh, can I blow my whistle to help with the song?
Yes, you can. That'll be help from a companion.
I offer up.
Song, there it is.
You're going to join in. That's a
magical success, which means here comes the sound.
on, Sauron.
And as you do this rite for him, you hear a sound, and you're curious what it is because you haven't heard it for a while, but then it's like, oh, it's birds. And this is the first time you've heard a bird in a few days. You hear birds chirping just outside, and that smell begins to dissipate. That mist, that fog begins to ease itself back down into the earth and go away. And this place grows quiet. You see the water begins to clear, and you see bodies lying in the water. These are the ones that would have risen up to attack you, but you see that they are quickly decomposing, turning to sludge and just melting and becoming part of the soil that now makes up the floor of this chamber. And you have put
I
to
am
rest
pleased.
Lord Hadarian. Sorry, what was that?
I'm saying just I am pleased as a player.
Yeah, very pleased, very pleased. You have put an end to the star in the mist. You have put an end to the bandit threat here at the Sarn Ford, and the folk of Bree and the Shire will likely never hear of your bravery and courage, but you know that you have done something well. Now, in game terms, what happens is we have experience points. Now, everyone gets 3 skill points and 3 adventure points. Skill points you use during the what's called a fellowship phase, which is the time in between adventures, to increase your skills, and adventure points are used to increase your weapon proficiencies and your valor and wisdom. Now, since this is a one-shot, we're not going to worry about that, but if it were a campaign, or if you continued on with these characters, you could keep those points and eventually increase your skills and abilities. And if you increase your valor, you get new rewards. If you increase your wisdom, you get a new virtue, and that's how you would level up. Now, also during the end of an adventure, if you have gone or if you have done good things to bring about a decrease in the shadow that taints the land, you will remove shadow points. I'm going to remove 2 shadow points from everyone for your good deeds. And that's the One Ring. That's how it's played. That's how adventures take place. It's very narrative and very, very much not a min-max sort of game. It's a how can I be good, and what good deeds can I do, and how can I make the land a better and safer place. And in that end, you have all succeeded wonderfully. Are there any... Oh, sorry, I missed Amelina. You placed the small amount... Oh, wonderful. Small amount of ashes under the hands of the skeleton on his chest. Rest safely, lady. Now, any questions about the game system or about the adventure? I feel like you all have a pretty good grasp of it. And yes, that would be a perfect follow-up quest, is how does Malvagil get rid of this crystal? Is it indeed something from Angmar? Does it need to be disposed of, thrown into a volcano somewhere or something? Yeah, that's absolutely where that would be.
Everything in the Lord of the Rings must go into a volcano.
Let's do it. Like everything goes in the volcano. Awesome. I'm going to stop the recording. I will post the recording here in just a few minutes, and I'll post a link to it in Discord, and you're all more than welcome to go back and watch it and relive your adventures. And I do hope that this is not the end of my time journeying with many of you. I hope to see many of you in other games, perhaps the One Ring, or perhaps other games. I run quite a lot of stuff. I've got a One Ring campaign going on right now. It's the Moria campaign, and it's winding down. We've got maybe 5 more sessions, then I'm going to start another campaign. It's The Hands of the White Wizard, the book that was just released by Free League. The physical book's not out yet, just the PDF, but I've got it ready to go in Foundry. I also run a couple other one-shots from the Tales of the Lone Lands book, and have just had a blast. I love the One Ring. I love Middle-earth, and I think this game just is such a nice departure from other role-playing games where it's all combat focused. This is, combat's very, very deadly here. I mean, you can one-shot people, and you can be one-shotted pretty easily. And so it's nice to have something that gives you more direction on doing good deeds and the rewards of that. So thank you, everyone. I had a wonderful time, and I definitely hope to play with you all again very soon.